Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. It's the last day. It's the last day right of 2023, and we are gonna do some Analogue Pocket stuff, a year in review, stuff that you guys have played. I've got a community post and a tweet that I put out earlier on today, and yeah, man, we'll have a look at some of the stuff in there. Let me just whack the volume down a little bit. So yep, this is such a banging soundtrack, right? Bubble Bubble, absolutely timeless classic. Now I am playing this on the GB Studio. I just want to say hello to everyone. I know SNK Kev is in the house. Look at that, the little dinosaur can get himself a little Game Boy. Okay, I need to go. Just go. Right, cool. Okay, so what we will do, we'll have a look at the posts in a minute and have a look at some of the games that have been mentioned on there, and we'll give those a little rundown, similar to like the Mr. one that I did. The thing with the Mr. one is, I put the Mr. post out around a week ago, or at least a few days ago. So that got, that got like overall like close to like 100 different replies. This one I kind of put out earlier, so maybe I've got like 10 there. But there's plenty more we can go through. And anyone that jumps on the live stream, you're welcome to say games that you guys have been playing, or games that you think were awesome during 2023, and we can check those out. But guys, this is a classic, Bubble Bubble. But you know what's better than Bubble Bubble, right? Let's get out of here, and we're gonna go and have a look at something that is definitely better than Bubble Bubble, and that is Bubble Bubble, the arcade game, right? Bubble Bubble is just fantastic, right? Let's put this on. Absolutely love it. So yo, Cobras, how you doing, man? Sorry, I haven't got translation on, but it looks like French to me. Au revoir, my friend. How you doing? Oh, who's that? We've got Demblen. How you doing there, bud? This was my jam, Bubble Bubble on the Game Boy. Yeah, man. Oh, you got a bad ending. Okay. Didn't know about the different endings. To be honest, I didn't even know about that on the Game Boy. I remember it being mentioned in the arcade. There was different endings. Someone was actually saying it yesterday. But guys, the arcade version of Bubble Bubble is ultimate. So guys, what I want you guys to do is, if there's games that meant a lot to you this year, that came out this year, actually it doesn't matter, just games you played out, that you played a lot, something that made the Analogue Pocket special for you, right? If there's a game out there, just mention it, and we'll get that going, man. We'll give that a little blast, we'll give it a little go, we'll talk, we'll chat. We're gonna end 2023 with an Analogue Pocket bang. So let me bring up the community post. I've been my displays are very raggle, right? So okay, what we got here, we got the tweet here first, right? So let me go down on the tweet. And okay, William, how you doing? I really like William, really nice guy. I speak to him a lot on Twitter. What's he been playing? Okay, so I loved every second with my Analogue Pocket that you got. Yeah, you got this February. Some highlights include OG Game Boy Core, okay, playing Picross 2, SNES Donkey Kong Country 2, CPS Street Fighter 2, and Game & Watch was an awesome addition too. So, all right, let's go a few of these. So, OG Game Boy Core, we've just had a look at with Bubble Bubble, playing Picross 2. Okay, so that was on the OG Game Boy Core. SNES Donkey Kong Country 2. Let's have a look at Donkey Kong Country 2. Now, confession here, guys, I'm not really a big Donkey Kong Country fan. It's not really something that I liked. Now I know a lot of people like it. I remember at the time, like, my friends really liking it. I was definitely more of a Mario Brothers guy, right? A Super Mario World. That was it for me. I just found I don't know, I just found the controls, it just didn't sit well with me. Now, by no means is it a bad game. It's a great game. People love it. It wasn't for me. So what did William say? He said Donkey Kong Country 2. Okay, so let's go to SNES. Oh, actually, I wonder. Oh, I haven't. Okay. I've only got the vanilla version of the SNES core. It would have been nice to have Terminator 2K2's core on here, which will give me the stellar view stuff, but never mind, for another stream. I've got so many different memory cards that I kind of experiment with. I kind of forget that sometimes when something new comes out, I put it on a memory card that's pretty much empty. And the only reason I do that is just to make sure everything's kind of all right. Okay, Donkey Kong Country 2. Okay, I don't think I've played number 2. I played number 1. I remember playing number 1. Unloved homie, yo, my bro, how you doing? You know you loved here, my bro. Yeah, I love homie, awesome guy, man, and thanks for every time you ping me, man. Right, SNKKF, R-Type 2 and Darius Gaydon, gotta love school. Gotta love the school games. Right, SNKKF, I don't think we haven't got IRIM M72 on the Analogue Pocket. So the versions of R-Type we've got, in fact, I've got a special version of R-Type that I think we should look at because you know what, it just done really well this year. So we'll kind of flip in and out of notable stuff that's playable and notable stuff that's playable on the Analogue Pocket. It doesn't have to be, obviously it's not an Analogue Pocket exclusive, right? Because the Analogue Pocket is playing your Game Boy games, the Game Boy Color games, your GBA, your Mega Drive, your PC Engine CD. I mean, the list just goes on, and a whole bunch of arcade games. Yo, Michael, how you doing, man? Tetris original Game Boy, that is the daddy. Nothing beats DMG Tetris. I don't care. I like playing the ROM hack Rosaline's retrospective. That's a cool game. But you know what? OG Tetris is absolutely awesome. I need to pick up the cartridge for that again. Actually, I don't have it on. Yeah, I don't have it on cart anymore. I need to pick that up. That's a note to myself that I need to do. Mr. Driller, okay, GBC. I never got on with Mr. Drillers, you know. Mr. Driller 2, GBA, okay. Awesome stuff. We can run one of the Mr. Drillers, man. Never fully understood them, but I'm pretty sure the concept is simple. If it's similar to Boulder Dash is something that I played, but this one here is something that William was playing, and William is, if you want to check him out over on Twitter, is at Wacky Retro Gamer. Right, what we got? Okay, CPS Street Fighter 2. Right, well, let's run Street Fighter 2, because you know what, Street Fighter 2 just makes really good eye candy, right? So, and he says in the post, let's go back to that post quickly. He says CPS Street Fighter 2. So I'm going to presume that is just Street Fighter 2, the World Warrior. Because it doesn't say super, doesn't say hyper fighting. Even though it's unlikely, not everyone kind of plays that game now, right? I mean, Champion Edition is definitely better. Hyper fighting is probably my favorite one on CPS 1. It has to be. Okay, I just want the normal one. Okay, let's run the Japanese version. But man, Street Fighter 2, this was revolutionary when it came out, man. Like, we absolutely loved this game. I mean, we lived, we breathed. Everything was about Street Fighter. I remember, like, the next generation had Pokemon, right? So cool. Pokemon was like the next kind of generation, the game that kind of got everyone involved. But man, when I was growing up, Street Fighter was it. It looks like I've got screen filters on. Okay, yep, I've got it back on normal now, so that's cool. So I've left like slight black borders on the side. So if we run a GBA game, because those won't be 4:3 aspect ratio, not sure what the exact numbers are. So I thought, because we will run some GBA games, you know, it'll be nice to have a little bit more kind of landscape here. Mind you, I haven't got all of it here. Right, I need to change that. So while that's running, let me change my Elgato display a little bit. Right, okay, let's okay, cool. Right, okay, maybe. Right, guys, just bear with me while I change some stuff up. So let's go until we see some black bars on the side. Aha, okay, that's cool. And on the right hand side. Oh wow, okay, there was actually quite a bit cut out there. Wow. Okay, so let's close this. Let's bring the chat kind of back. So it won't be full. But you know what, I just want to make sure that if we run other stuff, we can kind of see it. So I'm kind of doing on the fly stream editing. So I'm not even sure if that's the correct aspect ratio. It might be squished a little bit. I mean, it looks okay. But yeah, guys, Street Fighter 2, absolutely fantastic. But here's okay, so SNK Kev, I know I need to load that. Okay, yeah, we can run that hack. Actually, let's run that hack next. Right, so let's go back to let's go back to tools and GB Studio. Right, guys, if you like Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, and they're games that are one player, they're not games you're going to need a link cable for, make GB Studio games, man. Use that tool, convert them over. Honestly, they're just really good. You've got access to all the filters. So this is here, Tetris Rosy Retrospection, and guys, it just, like, Tetris, like, okay, so Tetris is amazing, right? I absolutely love Tetris. Like, the the Game Boy DMG version of Tetris is the best version of Tetris. There is no better. I don't care what anyone says. Okay, I like Apotris. We'll have a look at that as well in a second. That's a great game. I absolutely love Apotris, but man, nothing beats this. So look, it's got, as you can see, you've got the shadow down there. You got hard drop. I think you can, yeah, you can hold a piece as well now. So now if I, actually I don't want to hold that piece. Let's hold a good piece. So, I mean, I really do like hard drop in this. So, you know, I've got a friend. So let's hold that. Here you go. So pressing select, it holds a block for you. Guys, this is fantastic. So if you're unaware, there's a website. It's called Retro Patcher. It'll be on one of my tutorial videos and it'll be linked in there. But all you do is you get your Game Boy ROM, you run it through there, and someone would have created a dot pocket, like a GB Studio patch, which is a dot pocket patch, and it will just give you the dot pocket version. Now, before there was Open FPGA, this really was a fantastic way to play your Game Boy games. And this, like, so what happens when you try and convert Tetris, it says to you, there's also a hack available. Would you like it? And you're like, you know, does the Pope poop in the woods, right? I want it, and it's superb. There may be some other stuff in here. I mean, you can have a look. When you see your next piece, you can kind of see the next 3 pieces. I still only pay attention to the next piece. I can't really think that many moves ahead. But this is fantastic. But you know what? While we're checking this, let's check Apotris, because guys, if you haven't checked Apotris, objectively speaking, I would have to say it's the best version. It's the best version of Tetris out there, hands down. It's superb. It's absolutely superb. So I just need to realize where I've put it in there. Have I put it in fan games? No, I haven't. Homebrew, come on. I really thought I'd put that in Homebrew. No, itch.io. Oh, here we go. itch.io, Apotris. Right. Sometimes I've tried to organize my stuff so well, right? But in reality, it just ends up being really bad. Okay, that's not bad. I know we've got black borders around the screen, but I'm kind of catering like one thing, like a solution that will kind of get us everything seen on screen. I'm just going to remove the filters. I'm just going to put it normal, because you know when you watch this stuff after, it looks really bad on YouTube. So and just remember, guys, when you're using the Neo Geo core, don't change the filters like I just did there. If you change the filters like that, it's going to crash the Neo Geo core for now. The developer that brought it over to the Analogue Pocket, he's a friend of mine, Mazamars, and he will likely improve that. I know there's other things that he's working on, or like other cores he's working on, so it will likely get done. In fact, I'll likely mention it to him, and just to see if there is anything on his side he can do. But it's no biggie. I mean, you can just go into the menu, core settings, and go into display modes and just skip the ones that crash the core, as they're not really meant for that core anyway. So guys, I'm just going to show you through some of the options in here, right? So we're going to play, we've got marathon, sprint, dig, ultra, blitz, combo, survival, classic, master, 2-player battle, and training. I mean, that is a lot of modes, and when you actually read up the explanation of all these modes, it's fantastic. Now, it's fully customizable from what I understand. So if we go into settings now, like graphics, you can look at that. You can grid, skin. I'm not sure if you can insert custom stuff stealth. I'm not sure if you can insert custom stuff by yourself. You know, you can turn up the screen shake. I mean, the game is just proper awesome. You can have an announcer on, playback loop. You've got a song list there that you can go through and pick. I mean, like, the guys that made this, they're heavily into Tetris, and you can tell a lot of love has gone into this. So the options are they're just massive, absolutely massive. So what else? Right, while this is kind of going on, let me go back to that post and let's have a quick look. Right, so here we go, and up. All right, okay, so we're still on will.i.am. Okay, we're done Street Fighter. Okay, let's have a quick look at Game and Watch, because you know what, that was actually surprisingly more fun than I remember. I was like, okay, I remember playing them on handheld, and now that's out for the Mister as well. But I always say I prefer playing the handheld stuff on a handheld like the Analogue Pocket, and the Game and Watch. It's actually came across really well. Hopefully it still works. We can put on a classic. Any suggestions for Game and Watch? Right, I'm gonna read the chat in a second as well, while something runs. But we can put on a classic. I do like some of the Tiger Electronic ones that are in here as well. Cement Factory was quite a decent one from what I remember. But guys, remember the days where we had these and we smuggled them in school, and you know that's how we've done it. I mean, here we go. We've got stuff here. Does it run into? Okay, okay. Here we go. Okay. I even forgot what you do here. Right. So where is it? Where is it now? Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I got to press the button and let the cement down into the truck. That's cool. Does it pop down? Okay, cool. But this was really good. Let's load a different game. It would be really nice if these had. Do you remember they had like the Disney one as well? They had obviously stuff here was licensed. We had like Disney stuff here. I'm gonna get something up in attract mode, and hopefully. Okay, so it just kind of goes into game. I'm Donald Duck at the top there. Let's put on one of the Tiger Electronic ones just to kind of round it off with. And because you had some really good ones on there. I mean, you got Ninja Gaiden. Oh, you know what? You know I'm a Street Fighter fan, right? Let's put on the Street Fighter one. You can bloody pick 6 characters in this. I mean, all right, we're not going to put Street Fighter 2010. The NES version was terrible. I don't know. The Game & Watch version was probably better, man. So let's have a look. Okay, right. So what were the buttons? Okay, here we go. So you've got that, and there's a way to change. Okay, so that's changing player. Okay. Okay, so is that Blanca or is that? I think I'm fighting Zangief here. Okay, no, yeah, Zangief versus Ryu. This was fantastic, man. Like absolutely brilliant. Big shout to Adam Gastigny, man, for actually pumping this out. So let's quit this. Let me bring back the Chrome post quickly, and okay, so Game Watch. All right, we've kind of covered what you said there. 2 games. Okay, so Juan Manuel says these 2 are my most played games. Okay, Saint Seiya the Phoenix Returns, a great fan game for the GBC. Yep, I've got that. I just updated it to the latest version. And Asta Bros for the Mega Drive. I'm not sure what I've got the demo for that. I'm not sure what format. So Asta Bros and Saint Seiya the Phoenix Returns. Okay, so let's go back here. So let's have a look. Okay, so let's go Astro Bros first. Sorry, not Astro Bros. That's Saint Seiya one, and that's on Game Boy Advance. And where did I put it in here? Was it Fan Games? Nope. Nope, it's not in Fan Games. Homebrew? Nope. Itch.io? No. Okay, I've definitely got it in here. Did I put it though? Beta prototypes? Nope. Oh, hold on. No, that's the Game Boy Color game. My bad. Wrong call. Right. Okay. Let's go Game Boy Color. Here we go. That's why I can't find it, because I made sure I had it. Is it in Homebrew? Have I put it in the right place? No. Fan Games maybe. Here we go. Here it is. The Phoenix Returns. That's what happens. You end up like trying to create and organize everything, and then when you go back to it, right, you can't see everything. I've just noticed that on the stream window. Yeah, my Analogue Pocket, like the actual menu, but the menu is obviously made for the screen that I'm using, which is a 16:9 aspect ratio screen. So this is a highly regarded fan game, which is definitely worth checking out. Hopefully it'll run into a demo, and I'm going to have a look at some of the chat. Okay, Tox CYN says Tetris DS is my favorite. I never really played it on the DS. Like it kind of started and ended on the Game Boy. I meddled with a few. Apotris is really good. You should definitely try it. So Toxin, try out Apotris. Apotris is absolutely fantastic on the GBA. Like a really good game. Cool. Okay. Yeah, the Neo. I mean, Toxin. The Neo Geo core works absolutely fine for me. It's only when I'm messing around with screen filters by holding down the analog button that it just kind of messes up. Well, I forget my mouse is. My mouse can be seen in that window. Let me change that a second. So, live chat. Here we go. Here we go. So now my cursor won't show up. You just see stuff being highlighted a little bit weird. Okay, yo, Scandal UK, how you doing, man? Thank you for dropping in, man. Always appreciate it. DMG Game Boy Tetris is still the one for me. Absolutely, man. Love that. Never gonna change. cannot change my opinion. I will enjoy some other ones, but I will always go back to DMG because you know what? DMG is king. Michael. Oh, that sounds really cool, Michael. Like a credit card size handheld Tetris, right? I mean, Tetris is a simple concept, isn't it? So yeah, that's awesome to see that stuff. A friend of mine, he's got like this little handheld. It's really, really tiny. It goes on a keyring and you can program games for it, man. It looks really, really good. KKF. Yeah, SNK Kev, yeah, they are Tiger Electronics. The core is available for the Mister. It's available for the Analogue Pocket as well. So definitely grab that. Yeah, I remember them, man. They were good times, man. Good times. Ninja Running Wild, how you doing, fellow ninja? Absolutely wicked. Long time subscriber to the channel, man. Top. I wish you the best for next year, man. Timmy T, love the name, Timmy T. Yeah, games have come a long way, man. We're playing like cycle-accurate representations of Game & Watch, right? What has the world come to? I still have... Oh, wicked, man. Yeah, no, nice. You've got the Game & Watch. It's absolutely awesome. Just wanted that Donkey Kong one. Okay. Yeah, man, the Donkey Kong one was good. There was a couple of them. There was a single screen one that I played a lot. One of my friends had it. I never had it, but obviously he always shared stuff. Wicked. All right, let's give this a quick go then. So B is normal attack. Right, okay, let's, you know what, yeah, well, I don't read all the stuff, I don't read the instructions. Why am I going to start now? I mean, I've been playing like Street Fighter 6 recently, right, and, oops, I've been playing Street Fighter 6 recently, and I need to get to training and learn combos, right, because I'm using Blanca in it. I like Blanca, Blanca's decent in it. Now, I need to learn combos. I hate going in training mode. When I get a bit of time, I just want to go online and play. And you know, I liked it when training mode wasn't a thing. I mean, I'm lying. I like training mode, right? But when training mode wasn't a thing, you had to learn stuff. You had to learn it in game. You had to learn it in 2-player sessions. It's how you kind of learn stuff. So this is a well thought out, a well-made game. So I checked this out maybe last year. Likely, I think when I've done like the best kind of fan games and ROM hacks for the Analogue Pocket, this must have been featured in there because you know what, that's awesome. You know what, Ninja Running Wild, definitely Mega R-Type is on the list. I had the previous version. The Robos is a friend. He's a cool guy. He's a friend. I'll speak to him, and he actually gave me an early copy of the previous one, and I covered it on the channel. I was glad to, you know, like what a great release. And he's updated it recently, so I made sure before I started this stream. See, Pixel Cherry Ninja can get a little bit organized sometimes, right? So what I ended up doing is I've added the latest version on there, which I haven't actually tried out yet. So that'll be interesting to try out. Yeah, I remember checking this out, man. I mean, guys, like, look how amazing this is for a Game Boy Color game. Like, yeah, it's just super good. Hey, man, I'm shooting balls. Okay, the balls got me, man. I don't know why. Did anyone watch The Office, right? You know, after Steve Carell left, any Office fans out there? I don't know. I'm looking at those balls. I don't know why that came into my head, right? But you remember when Will Ferrell, takes over as the boss after Michael Scott leaves? D'Angelo, I think his name was the character's name. Now, there's a bit where he says he can juggle, and then Andy Bernard says to him, "Hey man, you can use my juggling balls," and he goes, "Whoa, you know what it's like? Never touch another man's balls. I'll just pretend to juggle, you know, without the balls." Absolutely hilarious. I recommend The Office, the US version. The UK version is decent, but the American version is so much better. Also, apparently, a friend of mine was telling me that he's been VPNing with Netflix, going to different countries, and he's been watching The Office adaptations, like the Spanish adaptation and other language versions of it, or other countries' versions of it. And he said they're all really good. So that might be something I need to do. I'm really interested if any of you guys out there that speak a different language to English and have watched a different language version of The Office, and just kind of your thoughts on that would be amazing. So this is a decent game, man. So one good choice, man. This is a fun game. I mean, it's a very good game. Nice to see where the Game Boy can kind of go to, right? It's fantastic. You can't crouch though, for a big guy, but you know, that's how the design of the game is. Okay, cool. Right, we're gonna go Mega R-Type next. Okay, there we go. jump from here to here. Yeah, well thought out levels. The game's just good, man. Definitely recommend you guys check this out if you haven't already. It's free. It's a free game to download. You can you can leave a voluntary donation for the developer should you want to. Same as Mega R-Type. You know, if you want to leave a donation for the developer, you can do. You know, but ultimately this stuff is available for free. So wicked. All right, let's go Mega R-Type now, guys. And we go. All right. So we've got a couple of Genesis cores, and in my experience, when it comes to like homebrew games, some are better than others. We'll go through a few Mega Drive games, and because there's a few that I want to check as well. So it's Genesis on here. I'm gonna go. So what have we got? We've got Change Course. So we've got Spiritualized ones, and we've got Eric Lewis's one. Now remember, Eric Lewis's one, at least in my experience, ran better with like ROM hacks and stuff. So have I put it in? We've got a demos folder. I think I put it in demos. Right. Okay. So that's the old demo. Demo. Ooh, Mega Drive demo. Is 1.3 the latest or is 2 the latest? I can't even remember. I should have. Okay. No, that's Resident Evil. We can have a look at that as well. Do you want to look at Resident Evil demo for the Mega Drive? But R-Type demo 1.3 is the latest. We should actually look at Castlevania Symphony of the Night demo as well, because that's fantastic, guys. Absolutely fantastic. And this one's for you, Ninja Running Wild. But when I say it was for you, I had it planned. I was going to play it. It's too big a thing not to try out, right? I mean, R-Type's fantastic. And I've always said there's never a bad version of R-Type. And, you know, the Robos has proven that to be true. It's working on a fantastic release for the Analogue Analogue Pocket. Wicked. Due to the file extension and the Genesis cores, had to edit. Okay, cool. Nice one, Toxin. If you're over on the Discord, if there's ever any JSON file change or anything like that helps, then yeah, you know, join the Discord, because I've started like a channel on there for Mr. Files, and I've started I'm just gonna go, okay, mission customization. I've started a channel for Mr. and Analogue Pocket Files just to kind of help, right? So Arrowhead, Leo. Oh, you know, I'm gonna go Leo Prototype. I've been enjoying Leo recently. So what's the new stage? Was it a final stage? Was it stage 6 now? Okay, I think stage 6 might be the new one. Background music. Okay, we'll go Mega. Respawn type. So this is really good now. You can change it to Mega, where you kind of respawn. As soon as you die, you respawn, which is decent. Okay, so yeah, we'll leave difficult and easy. Why not? Banging, absolutely banging, guys. Ooh. Sorry, I was looking on the side there to make sure my volume was all right. Yeah, what a fantastic game, man. Great work from the Robos. Hey, the Robos, if you're around, if you're watching this, if you're watching the replay, a big shout out to you, buddy. I can see this being a fully complete game in 2024. The guy works really, really hard on this, man. And you can see the work. It's just fantastic. I think on the previous demo, I kind of compared this to the arcade version, and it's just banging, man. It's great to have this for the Mega Drive. I had a friend who's like, I don't understand it. Why would you make this for the Mega Drive? You know, we've got the arcade version. We can play that. And I was like, you know what? Why not? Like, I absolutely love it. I'll take his point as well. It's like, why do we need these things? But you know what, dude? It's freaking awesome, man. That's why we need this stuff. I mean, like, for example, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's being made for the Mega Drive. We've got many options to play the PlayStation version. You know, whether we're playing it on the PlayStation Core, on the Analogue Pocket, wherever we're playing, PlayStation Core on the Mister, not the Analogue Pocket. But once the Mega Drive one's done, we'll be able to play the full game on the Analogue Pocket, which currently isn't possible. I mean, unless by some miracle we do get a PlayStation Core, P-Gate 1 kind of starts looking into it a bit more, or kind of doing it wrong route to take. Okay, I get a lot of lives here. It's very generous. Okay, cool. What do we say next? We're gonna let's do a little bit of Shredder's Re-Revenge, right? It does. Unloved Homie, it really does look amazing, man. So if Shredder's Re-Revenge has been updated, I have not updated. Okay, hold on. Let me have a look. We're gonna have a quick look here. Let's go back to that Chrome post a second. So before we go off there, I can see the game here that he mentioned, which is Asta Bros, and I've got the demo here. So let's run that demo. I don't think I've tried this yet. I've heard really good things about the game. If you buy the Steam version, you get the ROM for anyone that's interested. Okay, just took a little sip of my Monster, which is the Lewis Hamilton one. It's nice. It's not too fizzy. Yes, Scandal, you get old new games. They're awesome, man. I love seeing them, man. I love seeing how tech kind of gets pushed, you know. And like, okay, one of my favorite ones that I really liked, guys, was if you've not checked it out, check it out. And that is Capcom versus SNK for the damn Commodore 64. You play it with one button, it just works so well. Like, I can't believe how good that game is. Honestly, guys, it's just next level. Like, I think back to when I was a kid and I had the Commodore 64, and if I had something like that, I would have crapped my pants playing that. I mean, wow, mind blown. I checked it out and I was like, wow, okay, that kind of reminds me of Castle Grayskull. Yeah, man, I was blown away, man. When I saw Capcom versus SNK 2, I was like, wow, okay. Okay, oh, that thing even looks like it's out of He-Man. What's that little thing in He-Man? I can't remember what it's called. Also, it looks like a character out of Final Fantasy 8. But you know what? I'm gonna go middle, right? I generally tend to go middle. Yeah, man. You got to see it. You have to see it, man. There's a really old video on the channel where I kind of run through the game. It should have a link there. It's probably updated by now. In fact, I'm very sure it's updated. Oh wow, this game's good, man. I have to get this at some point. Oh wow. Okay, guys, if you've not tried this is obviously the demo. Can I roll through? Okay. Okay, so what? Okay. Oh, okay. I thought I had to destroy him. It's just telling me I can dash through there. Okay, so down push dash to drop a bomb. Okay. Why is that not working? Down. C is dash, right? So, telling me down. Okay, that's weird. Honestly, I'm telling you guys, I'm moving it down and pressing C. What is going on here? Right. Okay, I need to get a thing out of here. Right, let me just make sure. C. Okay, so okay, C is dash, right? Now up and B. Okay, so C is definitely, because look, that's C, right? He's telling me press C. I've pressed C. That dashes, right? Now when I go up to the chest, it tells me down plus C. Down plus C. No. Not sure what's going on here. Do I need to equip something or? Okay, right. Okay, it's got stuff here. C, down. Okay, hold C to drop. Right. Okay, cool. Right. All right. Okay, cool. So you kind of hold C first and then move it down. Right. A little bit tricky, but something you could get used to. This is Asta Bros, my bro. Asta Bros. Hold on. Here you go. Asta Bros. This is only the demo that I'm using. It's out for the Mega Drive. It's out for Steam as well. So I'll see if it's. Do you know what? I don't mind buying games, right? I do buy a fair few games, but I never play them. So what I hate is if something's like £15, like an indie game, I buy it and I just never ever play it. So if this goes on sale, if this is like on sale for under a £5 or something, I'll buy it. I'll get the Steam version. Which I can stream straight from the Steam Deck if I want, but then I'll get the Mega Drive version. But guys, this game's fantastic, man. Honestly, as soon as you play it and you start tapping buttons on it, it just feels good, man. So, oh, Scandal UK, sorry, I've just seen that you said game programming used to be difficult. Has it become a lot easier now? I know there's stuff out there to make it easier. The guys, there's an application out there called Shmup Creator, I think, and the guys there were actually kind enough to sort me out a copy of that, and I covered a video on it. That was really good, but there was still you know, a learning curve there, ready to go. Yes, let's get out of here. I just want some of the action. There was quite a bit of learning. Yo, Dimitri, how you doing there, my buddy? Ah, cool. Okay, so okay, nice. It's come a bit easier. There's a lot of games out there. Okay, what do? Have I ready to go? Okay. Am I walking around? Where? Oh, okay, cool. There I am. Right, am I fighting here? I want to go to a level. Okay, I can only go up. So let's go in here. Cool. Nice. What's going on? Okay. That was, whoops. Alright. Not quite sure what this is. Common iron sword, right? Let's move it up. Okay. Doors open anyway. But guys, this game's good. This is the kind of game I think I would... Okay. Is it like... If I need to use the dash, is the dash completely invincible? I think these guys have made a few games as well. There's another game. Oh, this is made from the guys that done Demons of Asterborg. I think it's the same guys. Same kind of style. That game's decent. I've got that for the Switch, in fact. That's interesting. Yeah, this game's good, man. This game's fantastic. Okay, let's I'll take a seat. I was trying to. Okay, let's have a look at another post, see what's what. So let's go here. Okay, so for one, buddy, all the best for 2024. Great choice of games. We checked those out. Okay, and Great Bit Blog says, this year I played Final Fantasy Legends 2 the most on my Analogue Pocket. Cool. Now that's going to be a big ass RPG, but we can run that. It looks like a Game Boy game, and I'm pretty sure it's a Game Boy DMG game based on what I'm seeing here. So now let's. Okay, so this year I played Final Fantasy. Okay, Final Fantasy Legend 2. Let's check that out. Okay, Final Fantasy Legend 2. So let's quit this. Let's go in there and let's load that and see what's happening. Okay, Game Boy. Do you know what? When I had the shop, I had the Final Fantasy Legend game, and I put it on eBay. And I remember the person I sold it to. It was like perfect, you know, all wrapped up, like the best condition you could get it in. And I sold some of those games on eBay. I remember the email I got from the guy back, just thanking me, just getting look, thank you so much. I've been after this for a while. I was trying to find like a good copy of it, and I was like, yeah, cool, man. I mean, I was happy. I got money for it, and it wasn't a game that interested me. I got to use the green filter here, right? Oh no, it doesn't work on Open FPGA, does it? I forgot about that. So this would be something again that we should really be converting over to dot pocket stuff to kind of play. But I know a lot of people like the Final Fantasy games. I tried playing some of them. I really gave 7 a go, but I haven't tried the remake. Never really got into them, you know, like other people did. I know they're good games. I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 7 on the PlayStation, but I never completed it, especially like, no spoilers, man, but the betrayal in there nearly made me break my, it almost like broke my heart. Not as much as, spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't played Metal Gear Solid, when you find that Naomi is a traitor, man, in Metal Gear, that broke my heart, man. Like I was genuinely upset after hearing that, man. Okay, wicked. Okay, just reading the chat about all the development. Nice one, Scandal UK. I do love your knowledge, man, and the stuff that you bring to the channel and the chat. So awesome stuff. Yeah, Phil, hey, nice. Thank you, man. Happy New Year to you too as well, buddy. Final Fantasy 1 and 2 was better than most regard. Okay, cool. Ooh, Wonder Swan color stuff. Yeah, Billy made me. Okay, I have one game for you to play on the Analogue Pocket. I've been playing it. Fighting Spirit on the Amiga, please. All right, you know what? Let's do Fighting Spirit before we have a look at that, because the Amiga front end is really pretty. I hope it doesn't. So on the Mister, when I run it and I do a stream or something on there, when it swaps between like 50 and 60 hertz, it kind of crashes stuff. So yeah, hopefully it won't do that over here. So what game is that on the Amiga? Fighting Spirit. Right, okay, we need to find that. I've updated the Amiga core. There's a new front end out for the Amiga, guys. Strongly recommend you guys update to that one. I mean, the old one's great, but obviously there'll be improvements and new games in there. And another one, a big shout out to Mazamars as well. Mazamars has just updated the Amiga core for it to have better mouse support. So, you know, if you've got your dock and you're going to play you want to play the Amiga stuff on the screen, if you want to play something like Populous, Powermonger, I don't know, one of the Football Manager games, there's a whole bunch of games that you can play with a mouse. It's definitely worth upgrading. So let's have a look. Okay, Fighting Spirit, right? So where is it? All games by title. Oops. Fighting. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's check out Fight. Oh, okay, looks interesting. Bill, I hope you're not trolling me and I'm gonna get whacked out here again, yeah? Wicked. Yeah, Amiga had some classics on there, man. When you get a chance, do you think you can play Taekwondo on the Japanese Super? Yeah, sure, man. Why not? Let's try that. Let's try that. We'll try that after. I need to. You know what? I'm gonna have to get my notepad out and write some stuff down, because what happens is I got memory like a sieve and it ends up going. So, and SNK Kev, you know, got a lot of respect for you, man. You're always around on the stream, so of course we can check that game out. So Taekwondo. All right, let's do this. Let's write this down. Taekwondo. Wicked. All right, what's happened here? Are we dandy? Okay, right. Banging soundtrack. Look at that. Love it. Look, there's a dragon on the left. Sorry, a tiger on the left and a dragon on the right, guys. You know, this is when you're kids, you're like, yeah, this is how I gotta do it. Is it okay? Does she didn't have practice modes in all these old fighters? Let's go story mode. And oh wow, wow! Look at the graphics, man. Shall I go tiger? No, I gotta go lizard guy, right? I gotta go lizard guy. Who likes hands up all those that like Lizard Man in the Soul Calibur games, man. Like amazing. Like when I played Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast and Lizard Man, and the funny thing is, I was never even main character. My main character was like Maxi and Cervantes in most of the games that they were in. Loved Soul Blade, and I think Phil was saying he'd like to see like PlayStation 1 like hardware kind of based arcade machines come over to like FPGA. And I think like Soul Blade is one of the games I'd like to come out. Wow, okay. Decent. I never knew about this back in the day, man. I mean, back in... Okay. Is he a charge character? Oh, he is a charge character, okay. No. How do I do? Okay, I can't work out if it's half a circle charge move. But Phil, you know what? You've put me onto a good fighter on the Amiga, man. This is good. I never heard of this. Like Amiga was always body blows. You know what's really good? I'm not sure if it's on here. The Super Street Fighter 2, not Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but the Super Street Fighter 2 version of on the Amiga. Absolutely fantastic. Like I can't believe how good it is. I think it only works on like the 1200. So, oh wow, okay, look at that. Another dinosaur come out of me and went to bite him. That was a great move, man. I feel like I could probably cover this in if I had to do like an Amiga best of games, this would have to go in there. Even though I've just played it, I don't know. Oh, wow, okay, look at that. You can even reflect my fireball, man. I mean, this would have been good, right? You know, with like a couple of friends around, you know, when you're doing all your games and everything. Brilliant. And you can be like a giant lizard. You've got a guy that can deflect moves. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Right, let's have a look. Oh, okay, no, what was it to bring up the menu now? It was it this part? Ah, here we go. Right, so for anyone that's using the Amiga core, if you want to get out, press select and then press delete, and it will bring you back out to the menu. That's how you get back out. And to remove your keyboard, just press select again. Right, I have to look at the best Amiga game. The Amiga game, oh look, R-Type 1 and R-Type 2 there as well. Right, this one's for you, Kev. I know you like R-Type 2, so let's quickly do that. Let's see, I haven't played R-Type 2 on the Amiga. What's really good, see, look, when the Amiga's loading, you've got the option for cheats and everything, so you can turn the cheats on. So it's absolutely fantastic. Now, I don't know if this is a good version of the game or a bad version. Sorry, I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Okay, when I said a sip, that was about 4 sips there. I want to send a big shout out, guys, that I do to every restaurant, but I went to Tayyab's today in Whitechapel. Absolutely great restaurant, really good people, fantastic, absolutely fantastic people there. Wow, that's a bit loud. Maybe it'll quieten down after this part. So yeah, oh wow, okay, I like it already. What a banging soundtrack! Love it, love it. Hopefully. Ah, and it's got the 2-button mode as well. Love it. Ah. Okay. Love that it's got the 2 buttons, man. Like, that's really good. See, one thing, when I had the Amiga, I remember, like, it was so difficult playing some games because it just never had 2 buttons. But since I started playing, like, Amiga after an emulation, like the Analogue Pocket and Mister, a lot of the games has got 2 buttons. And, you know, I remember on emulation, you could, as well as having up, so you could, like, disable up. Wow. You could disable up, and you could make one of the buttons represent up. So if you're playing like a platformer, you know, you could have like a 2-button platform, and I thought that was genius because that just made the Amiga magnificent. You know, compared to like what it was, you know, before. Right? Okay, let's get this pod ahead of me. I don't want to die now. I'm not bad at the R-Type games, guys. Maybe I need to be a bit more patient. I definitely need that speed. I feel like the ship's a little slow here. Okay, there are different enemies here now though, because remember the... Oh no, sorry. Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Those little helicopter things bouncing out. So, guys, we don't have like the IRM M92 core, right? Or the M72 core, sorry. But we have got the Amiga, and the Amiga had some good ports. Now, I'm not saying the colors and everything aren't exactly the same as the arcade, but as far as I can tell, the structure and everything's the same, man. It's fantastic. Fantastic, love it. Right, got my missiles now as well. Absolutely banging. Yeah, SNK Kev, definitely check out the Amiga, man. Like, it's really good. Someone was actually saying, I can't remember who it was, maybe on Twitter, they were saying that the version of Rainbow Islands on the Amiga was arcade perfect. Now, I don't know the arcade version well enough. I'm really hoping it comes on Mister so I can check it out. I've played it on emulation. I remember the Amiga version being absolutely fantastic and loving it. I remember it being very close to the arcade from what I played on it, but I don't know if it's 100% like the arcade. You know, it was a port after all, but nonetheless, it's fantastic. Let's get the bouncy lasers, man. They were fun, the lasers. Let's see if the first boss is the same one. You know, like the boss from R-Type 1, but with the armor on. But guys, yeah, Analogue Pocket, what a device, right? I mean, it's like an FPGA switch, isn't it? If you've got the dock, like if I was to pull it out of the dock right now, it would just work like that. Right, let's go Rainbow Islands quickly. Oh, sorry, I took my own advice here. So let's go that, and let's go delete, and that will bring us back out. Absolutely fantastic. Love what Mazamaz has done here, man. Honestly, great work. Rainbow Islands. Right, here we go. This is another one with a fantastic soundtrack, man. Fire yeah, we might give that a shot in a little while, man. We'll go through some other stuff. I remember doing Fire Lancer yesterday. That was a fast game, man. But let's check Rainbow Islands, man. Rainbow Islands is wicked. Jetpack Roschach, yes, Lizard Man forever. If anyone's really old out here and you've seen the Flash Gordon movie, you know, the one where Queen done the song, the band Queen, Flash, He's the savior of the universe. In that one at the beginning, there's a, if anyone remembers it, there's like, Lizard Man, there is no escape, and there's like a hovering ball chasing down Lizard Man, and Lizard Man's trying to escape, and it shoots Lizard Man. An absolutely great movie. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be arcade perfect. I mean, this is a great game on the Amiga. To be honest, someone mentioned the NES version yesterday, and that was good as well. Let's get the boots, make ourselves faster. Such a cheerful, honestly, such a cheerful soundtrack this game has. And always go for the stars. The stars just take care of everything. And if you take too long, you get flooded, right? Oops. And the jumps in this are quite high. Wicked. Oh, okay, optimal now. So I've got the shoes for the run, I've got the fast rainbow, and I've got the double rainbow. Oops, too fast. Right, let's move on to something else. Let's go back and let's bring back the post and let's try and go through that. So we kind of ran on, okay, Bubble Bobble we kind of started on. Okay, Frank says Bubble Bobble, and I think Frank actually commented on the Mr. one saying that that's what they played the most as well. But let's now check the YouTube community post, which is right here. And let's go to the bottom because, okay, Apotris we've had a look at as well. Flashcards info says that. And then we've got Remus Racing Grow. Play a little bit of everything. Okay, that's what we're doing here. Okay, let's do Sonic Advance 2, right? Sonic Advance 2 and Legend of Goku. I wasn't big on Dragon Ball Z, but you know what? Let's do Sonic Advance. So we know we are here as well. Let's get rid of that. So Sonic Advance 2, right? Never quite played those. I know they were decent. I know they were considered to be decent games. But let's quit this call. So yeah, guys, if you've not like got the Amiga core, like get it. It's up there at the moment. I remember people saying to me it kind of disappeared from archive.org, and there's a good chance that may happen again in the future, right? So if you haven't got the Amiga core and you want to get it, go follow the links, grab it from where it may be archived on the internet. It's available right now, so it may well be worth you guys looking into that. Amiga's fantastic, absolutely fantastic computer. I got into a lot of trouble for my Amiga because I made my parents buy it, telling them that I'll be doing homework, and then I swapped it for a Super Nintendo with Super Mario World, which the Amiga was worth a lot more. So my friend that actually I did the swap with, he actually he ended up selling it for a lot more money, man. Probably buying the stairs again. But I wanted it so bad, I've done the swap, and when my mum found out, she went ballistic, man. She took the Super Nintendo away from me. I didn't have it for a long time, man, before she gave it back to me. I'm talking like, as a kid, it felt like it was forever, but yeah, it was definitely a long time. It might have been like a week or 2 weeks, but it felt like months. Hopefully this will run a demo and show some gameplay. Come on, show us some Sonic gameplay. Oh, wicked. Yeah, Scandal UK, yeah, you can have alternative buttons for up and everything. But a good thing about the Amiga Vision pack is, and Mega AGS, it kind of does all of that for you. That's what makes it so great. It's the front end, it's the games, it's the way the games have been indexed. It says, okay, here's the best by title, best by genre. You can even, so there was some Amiga games that had the ability to system link stuff, right? You can even link those games. I haven't actually tried it yet. I've got to go around to my cousin's house, who's around the corner. It's literally like half a mile down the road. I usually walk there. He's the guy that always mods my Game Boys. He's got a couple of Neo Geo Pockets that we usually link up with and play. But yeah, he's got the Analogue Pocket there. I've got the official Analogue link cable, which proves to be the best, because some of the aftermarket ones you buy, they're a bit fidgety on the Analogue Pocket. They work alright on Game Boys though. And I want to try something like Lotus's Spirit on the Amiga, Lotus Spirit Racing or whatever it was called. Yeah, I've got to try it. It's like that system link type of game, so that's awesome. So a big shout out to Dammit Ethan, who's been playing Sonic Advance 2, and Legacy of Goku 2. So let's see if we can get Legacy of Goku 2 here. So let's go load cartridge. And do I need to go back out? Yeah, I need to. Okay, and Legacy of Goku, hopefully, is it under Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, it's going to be Dragon Ball Z. That's what makes it hard. Like when people say, like for example, Legacy of Goku, if I didn't know Dragon Ball Z, I mean, I guess most people would, but sometimes it's difficult to find the game. Is there Legacy of Goku? And which one did he say it was? The Legacy of Goku series. All right, so we'll go with number one. Now, if memory serves me correct, the Legacy of Goku was it might have been an RPG like Zelda, which is interesting because, you know, had I been into Dragon Ball Z, I would have absolutely loved it. Now I could be completely wrong. It might not even be. It might be nothing like Zelda, but I'm kind of remembering a Dragon Ball Z game that's like Zelda. So that's absolutely fantastic. Also, Philip, just remind me later, Fire Lancer, we will have a look at it. I think I've put it on the Analogue Pocket, you know. I think when I was fidgeting with it, I was like, okay, let me add that to the list of games on there as well. So I've likely got that. So yeah, man, Dragon Ball Z. I watched the abridged version like years and years ago. I remember my friends kind of watching them and saying how fantastic like the whole series was. But a lot of this stuff has fillers in there, man. I remember whenever I was into Naruto, I was in my 20s, and they were like, yeah, you got to watch Naruto. And I watched it and I didn't understand what fillers were. And I was like, this is rubbish. There was an episode where they wonder for a whole episode what their teacher, their Sifu's face is looking like. And I was like, this is rubbish. Why am I watching this? And then after I got explained that, no, these are fillers when the manga isn't as far ahead as the anime. So the anime starts just putting filler stuff in there. Is it going to give us a little... Okay, let's have a quick look at the game. I'm just interested if we get that kind of... Okay. Oh, it is. Okay, mate. Yeah, it is that kind of Zelda-y game. Do you know what I have to say? Like GBA, looking at it raw on a giant screen doesn't look that great, especially when you see stuff like the videos. Okay, cool. This is a bit of a long game to get into onto a stream, but let's bring up the chat again, right? And let's have a look at... Let's see what is next. So we're working our way up, aren't we? Mostly OG Tetris. Oh, with Neo Geo games, okay. And playing with Neo Geo games, right? Let's have a look at Neo Geo game, guys. Any Neo Geo suggestions out there? Philet, don't say Breakers again. Preferably not a fighting game, because I am using an 8-bit though. I'm using the ultimate USB-C controller, and it's not great for fighting games, but overall it's a good controller that kind of does everything quite well. So with the Neo Geo, guys, remember, don't change the screen filters by changing them, holding the analog button down. Like, go into the menu, because like the red one and the grayscale, they currently crash the core. So let's go down to Neo Geo, and there's two versions of the Neo Geo core, right? There's the overdrive version. Now that's a work in progress. That may get you that may crash some games, but you can try some stuff. It'll get rid of the slowdown. But I generally just use the normal core. I'm really happy with it. I like it. I absolutely love it. You know what, Unloved homie? You know what? Ninja Combat, wicked. Oh, Shock Troopers. Okay, Mark of the Wolf. Oh, okay. I know Mark of the Wolves ain't. I said like no fighting games, but you know what? I'm gonna do those 3 games. Philet, if you come with a game, come with whatever you want. We'll do 4 Neo Geo games, because this is a fantastic core. Sengoku 3, man, there's so many good games on Neo Geo. But let's go with the first one, right? Philet, you can have whatever game you want, because I take it back. We've got Garu Mark of the Wolves on there, so let's do Garu, because Garu's like one of the best fighting games out there. Do you know one thing I find annoying about the Neo Geo is you can play, let's say for example now I'm playing Garu, right? And the button is A, light punch, B, light kick, C, hard punch, and D, hard kick, right? Then I'll load up another game and it will be A, light punch, which corresponds, but then it will be B, hard punch, instead of B, light kick, which means I have to change the configuration for the core. I find it very, very annoying. I have to do that. I just wish if there was a standard that they kept. And when it comes to playing on like the Neo Geo arcade stick, so I go arcade sometimes and they've got them set up as they've got them set up as 4 buttons. And I can't do the 4 buttons. I just can't. I never played them enough to get the muscle memory for them. So for me, I've got to have them Street Fighter style. If it's a 4-button game, it has to be horizontal, punches on top, from left to right, weak to hard, weak and hard, and kicks at the bottom. I can't play anything else like that. Yo, Gov 2018, guys, I've got to be on good behavior now. My boss has dropped in, but my boss is super cool. All the best to you and the family in 2024. Thank you for putting up with me in 2023 and being an awesome boss. So guys, please give props to Gov 2018. He is a geezer, and he pops in every once in a while to make me nervous, you know, that he's keeping an eye on me on my extra kind of work activities. Philae, Magician Lord, absolutely wicked. Now, wow, this is going to turn into a Neo Geo stream, guys. Okay, love this game, man, and hopefully my buttons are the way I hope they're set. I really do hope they're set, because you know, in this one stream for, mind you, it's easy enough to change them on here, so we can change them. Let's have a quick look. So core settings, controls, yep, they look fine to me. This might be my favorite Neo Geo game, man, or my Neo Geo Fighter. Such a great system, and you know what, mad props, like absolutely great. Okay, it's difficult, find it difficult to do quarter circles on this. Let's see if I can do a cancel. Yep, okay, cool, it's tough. And the thing is, the way I play fighting games, I don't press the button with my thumbs, so I end up using my fingers. It's difficult to do combos sometimes with your thumb. Guys, by the way, if Philae ever offers to play at fighting games, be careful, yeah, the guy's a hustler. Like, the guy's very good, yeah, he'll hustle you. If he asks to play you for money, don't do it, yeah, because he'll let you win and then he'll take your money. He hasn't done that to me yet, but I can feel that will come. Plus, I don't pay for money, so I'll be alright, actually. Why is the CPU on such easy? No. Really, I like it. That's quite funny. He's probably gone now. He's probably dropped in, said hello, trolled me. Give me the feeling that he's watching, and I don't know if he's gone because I can't see who is watching at any particular time. No. Come on, I want to try and do a cancel combo. Tried it. No. Okay, cool. Let's. What's the next Neo Geo game? Because I can only work off the list that's there. Right, wicked. Mark of the Wolves, Shock Troopers. Absolutely banging. Absolutely banging. The Gov is still there. Gov, come on. The people want you to give me more time off. You know, in all fairness, over the Christmas period, like, my boss let me go early a few times, man. So big props for that. Like, he kind of, some of the videos that I did, actually I even mentioned it in the videos where I said the reason I'm able to do these videos is because my boss let me slip out of work early. So you know what, thanks for that, I appreciate it. And I got to see my family as well, so it was a 2-in-1 bonus. See the family, let the kids drive me nuts, and then do some streaming. Right, Shock Troopers #1. I really like the Shock Troopers games, man. They're really good. Shock Troopers 1 and 2. Ninja Combat is fantastic as well. Really got to spam that fire button in that. Philae, Xeno Crisis. I don't know if I've got it for Neo Geo. You know, I'm not sure if I have, because I've got one of the versions. I bought one of the ROMs, but I don't think it was that one, unless obviously someone converted and kind of. Or I was able to get that one. I don't remember buying it anyway, but you know what? You never know. I do buy a lot of stuff and I always forget. Wicked. Wicked. Okay, right, let's do this. So guys, what do you actually prefer for the Neo Geo? Do you prefer like the arcade BIOS, or do you prefer like the home console BIOS? Because me personally, I've got to say I like the arcade BIOS. For if anything, for the reason, yeah, no worries, Governor. Wicked, wicked. Give me a shout tomorrow, man. No problem. What have I got? I've got some stuff to do tomorrow. I've got some shopping to do tomorrow. In fact, I'm back at work on Tuesday, and my kids are having a party for like all their cousins and their friends to come around. So like my boys who are 7 and 9, their homies are going to come around from school. We've got a couple of cakes, but tomorrow I've got to go out and get fruit, like the healthy stuff and other bits and bobs. And I kind of hate shopping on a bank holiday, but you know what? It's just one of those things that has to be done. So that's my morning tomorrow, but it's not early in the morning, so that's good because the shops, they're kind of open because it's the bank holiday. They're going to open a little bit later. Yeah, man, got oh, wicked, man. Yeah, no worries, man. Unloved homie, thank you very much. Yeah, appreciate it. Ooh, Lonely Wolf team battle. Now let's do Lonely Wolf, right? I always end up picking this guy. It just kind of looks cool with his shades. But you know what? We're gonna go with Milky. Wow, Milky. The lady's called Milky, right? Okay, jungle, mountain, or valley. Let's go junglist. 1, 2, 3. And guys, one of the big things in 2023 is this core here, the Neo Geo core. Absolutely fantastic. Ah! Oh, that's grenade. Okay, that's right. Just get my bearing for the buttons. Yeah, this is really cool. One thing I like about shoot 'em ups that don't have a rotation stick, right, is when you hold down the fire button, you want it to lock, and this game just has that. And that's what you want. That's what you want in those games. Well, you know, you want a button that fires at least up or something, you know, like Ninja on the Master System. If anyone's familiar with, we can have a look at Ninja on the Master System if anyone hasn't seen that game. Absolutely fantastic game. And what was really good about that game as well, it was super cheap. So it was on, like, the Master System took cards as well, instead of cartridges, or as well as cartridges, sorry, not instead. So as well as cartridges, it took it took these cards, man, and you could play on that, and it was really cheap. It was like £7 or £8, you know, for the game, whereas the cartridges might have been like £20. So it was good times, man, good times indeed. It was a kind of cheap game. Went around school. I really liked the game, man. If you do play it, be aware of rocks, right? Just be aware of rocks. Rocks are not your friend in that game. Yeah, man, this is, imagine having this as a kid, right? Like, just fantastic. Oh, freeway. Milky's doing a freeway. Okay, yeah, all right. Fantastic, man. What a game, right? Let's do. Yeah, this is good. Number 2's really good as well, guys. Like, 2's fantastic as well. Oh yeah, forget now. You're not getting up, you have to go to the side. What a game, seriously. Imagine this, look at the stuff we've got in the Analogue Pocket. Seriously, guys, what a year it's had, right? I mean, we're gonna get stuff in 2024, but we've got a fantastic amount of stuff already. I mean, look at this, right? So this is original core by Furtek, I think, for the Mister, and then ported over to the Analogue Pocket. By Mazamars. And guys, you know what, Mazamars, absolutely amazing developer. The guy works fast, very fast. You know, like the way Robert Pape worked fast on the N64 core, Mazamars is very similar. When he's working on something and he starts working on it, he gets results very quickly. And he's got some interesting stuff happening in 2024, I hope. And you know, as soon as anything's ready or I find out, I'll make sure I let you guys know. And obviously, if I'm allowed to share any info with you, but there's going to be some interesting stuff happening. Right, what was next on the Neo Geo list? I'm just going to let her get a little beating here. Let's have a look. So what was... Okay, right, Shock Troopers, Ninja Combat. Ninja Combat was next. Ninja Combat is banging as well. Let's go Ninja Combat, and I can take a sip of my drink as well. Oh, Ninja Combat. Sorry, I was thinking Ninja Commando. Was it Ninja Commando? Oh, Ninja Combat. Okay, Ninja Combat is the beat 'em up. I actually had this game for the Neo Geo. When I bought the Neo Geo, this was one of the games that I got with it. Wicked. I used it. Yeah, MVS is the way, man. Yeah, definitely the way. You can complete games, can't you? You can just brute force your way through them. You know, as long as you're not one of those where you're like, I have to 1cc this, right? I mean, I get it if you want to 1cc something, wicked. I'm quite happy to go through games I couldn't complete as a kid because, you know, I didn't have the money to brute force my way through them, and I can go through them now. Ramos Racing Roll, how you doing there, my bro? I hope all is well. Right, here we go. So this was an interesting... It wasn't a side scroller, was it? I thought it was okay. I like side scrollers. Yeah, it was a beat 'em up, right? Okay, yeah. Final fight style. So here we go. Again, interesting. I remember at the time, like playing it. I liked it. I didn't think it was one of the best games on the system. But mind you, I'm kind of liking it now. I don't remember just. Oh wow, okay. That's really weird, right? You would think the projectile would be like the special weapon, but the projectiles is like your normal weapon. Okay. Oh, have I got... No, okay. No, interesting. Oh, can I pick up the sword? Let's pick up the sword. Okay. They just slashed through me. Shame you can't move with that. Ah, we'll have a coke. Ninjas like cokes. Let me just see. Okay, that must have used a bit of life or something. I thought maybe if you had to because you had to charge it, yeah, because you had to charge it, maybe it didn't take some life, but it did. Yeah, okay. I remember at the time I didn't like this so much when I had this one Neo Geo. It's not actually bad though, I have to say. It's quite a decent game. Ninja Commando is really good as well. It's like Shock Troopers, like a kind of, you know, run and gun Akari Warrior style, but you're ninjas, man, and you're going through, like, the bosses in it are good, the animation's really good. It is just a fantastic game, man. Okay, right, let's what was after Ninja Combat? Bomberman. Okay, I've not... Bomberman's not something I've played a lot on the Neo Geo, you know, but Unloved Homie, we are gonna check it out right now because we're doing Neo Geo stuff. Then I'll go back to and have a look at what other people have been playing, and we do that. Okay, you know, it's Neo Bomberman, isn't it? It's Neo Bomberman. It's here we go, Neo Bomberman. Cool. Glad I knew that. Otherwise I would have just gone to B and said, okay, we can't actually see that. Oh, wicked. Yeah, I don't know much about the Terra Onion stuff, to be honest, but yeah, cool. The Terra Onion cart, it can play every game. Awesome. Yeah, Ninja Running Wild. You know, when you had buddies in school, you were playing stuff. I was streaming like Street Fighter 6 this morning because I've kind of got back into it. And one of my friends, I always mentioned Chris, someone I went to the arcade with. We played games together. He kind of popped into the stream, man. And you know, whenever one of us owned something, it's like all of us had access to it. And you know, it was nice even playing one-player games and just kind of hanging out together, playing stuff, man. It was good. You know what? I don't know if I've played this, you know. Obviously, I know it's there. I've played Bomberman. Yeah, man, this is good. But Bomberman comes alive multiplayer, man. That's how you play Bomberman. There is no other way to play it. You've just got to play it. You got to play it multiplayer, man. That's what does it. Oh, I thought that balloon was coming down there. You got done. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bomberman just. I still remember on the Xbox 360, it was one of the first arcade games that they released when they done Xbox Live Arcade. Bought it and I had a good time actually playing this on the Xbox 360. It was fun. Right, do I blow that up? Yeah, this is interesting, man. So a Neo Geo version of Bomberman, fantastic, good stuff. Ah, I'm gonna blow myself up there. Let's get this guy. I'm just gonna he's getting too far up there. No, nice. Glad he kind of walked into that. Can I blow that thing up? Don't even know. No. Okay, cool. This is like a blocker or something. And let's get the last guy. Okay, what happens now? Destroyed everyone? Okay, that was the exit. Right, okay, cool. What was next after Neo Bomberman? Sorry, you're going to see the stream go up on chat. Ninja Combat Bomberman. Oh, Sengoku 3. Yes. Yes, please. Sengoku are great beat 'em ups, man. Like, wow, just wow, wow, wow. Like, seriously amazing games, man. And I've passed them, haven't I? Okay, Sengoku 3. All of them are good, and I think like graphically they get better as they go along. But yeah, 2023 has been a great ride, man. And Neo Geo has to be one of the flagship cores to come over to the Analogue Pocket. It's such a great system, and as soon as you get the Neo Geo core, bang, all of a sudden you get access to hundreds of arcade games. NAM 1975, yeah, why not? Why not? I'm trying to go through all of them. Okay, I see. I loved homie set up there. Samurai Showdown RPG. Philet, you can have one out of there. Which one do you want? Do you want Magician Lord, or do you want NAM 1975? Pick one, and then because I'm going to kind of move on and go through some of the chat as well. But you know what? You've said NAM 1975 twice, and Ninja Running Wild is going above pointing at that as well. So you know what? We'll go NAM 1975. Let's go NAM then. Magician Lord is quite a tough game. This is decent. Yeah, I think this is the one that I always ended up playing. There's a guy with a bald head that I'll pick, but let's go Ninja with the eye patch, right? The bald head, if he had the eye patch, he would have looked like Sagat. This is fantastic. You want Magician Lord? Okay, but there's more votes for 19. All right, you know what? We're going to do both. We're going to do Magician Lord and 1975 before we kind of move on. There's a normal attack as well, isn't there? Seriously, how good is this? Yeah, what a great game, man. Seriously, guys, I'm sure most of you got the Neo Geo cores, but wow, you need to get. And for anyone out there, if you're looking for the games, you need the Dark Soft. You need the Dark Soft pack. That will work. A normal Neo Geo ROM won't work on this like it does. Or I don't think the Mister uses the Dark Soft pack. The Analogue Pocket does, and it works. It works really well. Once you get that pack on there, it just works. Okay. Let's quickly do Magician Lord, and then we'll do NAM. Okay. But that's a really good beat 'em up. Strongly recommend the Sengoku series, man. Oh, okay. Let's do NAM first, then, because it's on that. We'll do NAM, then we'll go to Magician Lord. Wicked. Wicked. All right, NAM 1975. Amazing speech for the time. Hopefully, I can play it a bit. I find those ones with the target and the movement a little bit difficult to kind of navigate around there sometimes. So. It's okay. Let's whack in the coin. Nah, we don't want to load the memory card. Dr. R. Muckley, an ex-US Army scientist. Oh, that's the speech you're talking about, Philet, yeah? Yeah, good game, man. Good game. Did this come out for something else as well? Was this only what's the? Okay, that's the dodge button, right? Did this only? Oh, that makes you run. Wicked. Yeah, I'm wondering if this came out for something else, maybe the Mega Drive or something. I'm having memories that it might have come out for something. I really used to like Cabal. If anyone remembers Cabal in the arcade, really used to enjoy Cabal, man. Cabal was a good game in the arcade. Similar to this, similar kind of style, but it's not. This one you're scrolling along. Cabal was all about just one level, you know. Oh, wicked. All right, so now Magician Lord, let's do that. And then we're going to have a look at some, we'll have a look at some, right, okay, let's just find the game. Here we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, then we'll have a look at some more of the post. There's not really that much on the post, to be honest. Oh, wicked, there's that one for the SNES. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, Cabal. Cabal was good, man. Cabal I played quite a bit because it was in my local chip shop. And oh, let me write SNES next to it as well. We go back to this. It was in my local chip shop, so I could play it there quite easily. So Cabal is something that I played a lot. Very has a special place for me. Right, shot jump. This game's tough, man. This game's tough, but I would love to see this come back. You know, even if like as a Metroidvania or something. You know, like I feel like there's a lot of Metroidvanias that come out, but none of them kind of capture the vibe that Metroid had, and and Castlevania. Like Castlevania are like my favorite ones, right? But the new Metroidvanias that come out, I need to try one called After Image. I tried the demo a while ago. I was speaking to the devs when it was a work in progress. But when the game came out, I never got around to testing it. I don't know if it's out for Switch. I might get that. I do like playing like a lot of indie games on the Switch. I feel it handles them really well. I just hate playing like 3D games on the Switch. You know, all 30 FPS kind of lackluster experience, if anything. Yeah, this is a good game, man. This needs to come back. Look at that. Wow. Kind of altered V-Spy. Look at the way it walks though, man. It's amazing the way it walks. The enemies in this, everything's just wicked. Yeah, man, this is when arcade games were just awesome. Neo Geo was just such a great system. Remember how expensive everything was. It was like the rich man's home console. Arcade perfect, no compromise. You know, it was the arcade in your house, like 100%. I think the UK ones that we had over here, they kind of sucked because they were 50 hertz machines. I think there's a way to convert them to 60 hertz. So it's actually very likely that the Neo Geo that I owned was a 50 hertz machine. Not quite sure, can't remember. It was a long time ago. Cool. All right, let's go back now. And let's have a look at the community. Let's bring up the community post again. So OG Tetris and Neo Geo games. All right, we've done a big section on Neo Geo. Oh, Toxin, oh, wicked. You're in the stream as well. Wicked, wicked. So what's Toxin? So I put 10 hours into Mother 3, Repro, tons of Pokemon Red. As for Cause, only just got my dock yesterday. Wicked. So Neo Geo, PC Engine CD, CPS2. Okay, so cool. We'll go through some of those. Let's bring the display back on, and let's start with, have I got Mother 3? I wonder if I've got a translation of it. Mother 3. What is that for? Okay. Wicked. Mother 3, was that a SNES game or a Neo Geo game? I can't remember. But let's go back out. Let's quit. Let's now go and let's go open FPGA. Let's go console. SNES. Is that where Mother 3 is? I can't remember, to be honest. Have I got translations here? Unlicensed other regions. Ooh, was there? I'm pretty sure I had the translation part here. Okay. Oh, I've got the. Oh, I wonder if okay, cool. Right. Unlicensed other regions. No, maybe I don't have translations. Right, okay, I may not have Mother 3. Let me have a look at chat a second. All right, okay. Oh, GBA. Okay, cool. Mother 3 GBA. Nice one. Wicked, wicked. Right, let's go. Let's load that GBA code in. Is there... I really wish... Have I got... Is there a translation in it? Because that might have been a Japanese game, right? Mother, I've got it. Okay, cool. Is that Mother 3? It's got to be close. Is that Hack? Okay, Hack. I wonder if there's a translation here. Right, okay. So let's go with the first one here. Cool. What's chat saying? I'm not going to try and play this game. Don't know much about it, but hopefully it gives us some good eye candy. It's taken a while to load, so I imagine it's quite big for a Game Boy Advance game. Ninja Running Wild, my buddy, once he's seeing this game is crazy. Oh, was that what game is that you're talking about? The 1TC, was that Magician Lord? Because yeah, man, that's a tough game. 1TC, that hats off, man. Respect to your buddy. That's just skills out there, man. Let me see. Wicked. I don't use since playing, but okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. Once they get the FPGA solutions, they end up putting away their consoles. They still want them. They put them away. Like a lot, my mate that got me into Mister. You know, he's got the Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo arcade board. Sometimes he turns it on for nostalgia. He's still got it out. He hasn't put it away. But the Mister kind of just carries that need, and that's why I love FPGA gaming, right? Because we've got the best version, and in some cases, arguably a better version with just some of the quality of life changes that you get. You know, a HDMI output. On the Mister, you've got simultaneous analog and digital output. And the Analogue Pocket is a handheld. You can bang it in, run your carts on it. It's got a whole bunch of systems via OpenFPGA. I mean, it's just absolutely brilliant. Yeah, no, Ninja Running Wild, man. Yeah, Magician Lord. It's a good game, man. It looks like one of those games that, you know, if I had it at the time, I would kind of want to play it. Right, okay, so I don't think we'll get a demo on this. So let's go into a game. I'm kind of curious, right, about this game. So why can't I put my name in yet? Oh, see, I need to be patient. I'm always like, I need instant gratification. So, okay, do like, oh, okay, younger brother. Okay, so BCM, we'll call him NDP. I'm gonna have to name over kid. Okay, so, all right, here we go. Come on, how much stuff is it gonna go through? Okay, cool. Right, let's. What was the other game that they said? They said Pokemon Red, which was on the original Game Boy. Let's run the quest of that, because it's difficult doing RPGs on stream unless obviously, you know, I'm gonna play an RPG. I keep going to call settings because on the Mister, when we were doing it yesterday, I kept going into calls and picking another call. But in this one, it's kind of best to reset. It doesn't do that power cycle thing that the Mister does, which sometimes breaks OBS. And we're gonna go handheld. We're gonna go Game Boy, and do you know what will be fun? Oh no, it won't be on Open FPGA. Okay, cool. I was gonna say to give it the red filter. Let's go. Hopefully we got the Pokemons in here. Here we go. Pokemon Red version. Okay, Pokemon Red version. Super Game Boy Enhanced. That's good to know. Okay, this is for all you Pokemon fans out there. So, Toxin Arcade, Wicked, you played Pokemon Red. I never played the Pokemon games like the Red and Blue and Yellow when it first came out. I played like, first time I played Yellow was actually on emulation when, okay, do you remember the Nokia phones, the Symbian ones? They started getting some emulators working on there, and there was a Game Boy emulator. And I remember playing Pokemon Yellow on there and completing the whole thing on there, man. It was, did I complete it or did I get to the last gym and stop playing it? But it was good, man. Like, Pokemon are good games, and I got into them when I became older. I'm talking like late 20s, maybe 30s even, you know, on like the DS or more so the 3DS. Like, I played X and Y, I really liked those, and I liked Sun and Moon as well. I got like Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon, one of them, but I never got into them. It was like too much of a different. But I'll tell you what's really good about Pokemon, man, the multiplayer. Wow, wee. Like, the multiplayer is just fantastic on that. And like, there's all this secret EV training, like my friend was telling me about. He was like, okay, you do this training and you get like hidden stats and you do all of this. I was like, wow, like seriously, it is deep. So Johnny Fast here says a bit of everything and much revisiting now that the dock has all these filters. Okay, absolutely awesome. Guys, I have to say, the filters look absolutely fantastic on a display. I was using them, I was messing about when setting this up. Street Fighter just looked wicked with that Triniton filter, man. Super Turbo. And this is Mike B. Jackson. Mike, absolutely love you, bro. A channel member just like Scandal UK. Thanks for your support. It's super appreciated. Mario Advance 4 from the Wii U Virtual Console. Now I have to say, Mike, when you put this on there, you're a channel member, man. You're like OG homie as well. So I actually went and found that one for the GBA. So hopefully I can find it now, and I haven't categorized it somewhere really difficult or anything like that. And guys, like, just want to say, you know, stuff like channel memberships are available. They're not anything that's required or anything. All good, but you know, they're all always appreciated. I've kind of taken that line from a track 17 where he says for his Patreon, it's not a requirement but is appreciated, and that's exactly how it is. I think that's a good way to look at it. It's not something that's required, but it's definitely always appreciated. So Mike Jackson, Scandal UK, Aleem, and who else? Raheem Masters, and I think and Random Gaming Moments. I think I've got 5 channel members. Big shout out to all you guys. Appreciate the love, man. Super awesome. But yeah, Mike B, when you mentioned this game, it may have already been in there, but then I was like, let me go and get it. And actually, I think I left it as a separate folder on here. Yeah, I did, because I was like, I don't want to spend time looking for it, and hopefully it boots up. So this is Super Mario Advance 4, which might be Super Mario 3, the NES one, but on Game Boy Advance, if I remember correctly. I could be completely wrong here, right? So this is what Mike B. Jackson has been playing. So this has got, like he says in here, let me just bring up that screen again. He says in here that it's got the Wii Virtual Console levels. So that's interesting. Let's have a look. Is this the one? Awesomely good intro. And yeah, I'm not quite sure about this because I was never big on Super Mario Brothers 3. It wasn't the one for me. It was always Super Mario World. Super Mario Brothers 1 to one extent. I mean, Super Mario Brothers 1 was great, but it didn't have the magic for me that Super Mario Brothers 2 had. Super Mario Brothers 2 was wicked. I know people are going to say it weren't the best game. It was another game reskinned. I don't care. I loved that game, man. Absolutely loved it. From beginning to end, brilliant. The fruit machine for extra lives had the timing down for the first 2 cherries. The third one was a little bit more difficult to get. But Super Mario World just smashes it for me, man. Now, had I played Super Mario 3 back in the day, I would have loved it. But that's awesome. So I think what we'll do is, okay, we'll go and we'll have a look at this community post. We'll kind of go through that, and then I kind of want to give some. I want to look at some cores, especially some arcade cores that came out this year, because we got a lot of good arcade cores, guys, and it's really good. And I'd recommend getting an arcade stick for your Analogue Pocket and playing some stuff on it. It just works really well. So Super Mario. Okay, so this was really good on the Game Boy. You had the original Mario Brothers that you could play with a link cable versus, and I think it was the same game on all the Super Mario Brothers, and it was really great on the Game Boy Advance. We had the link cable, and the Analogue Pocket delivers on that, right? You can use a link cable, you can use a normal link cable. Now I'll tell you, if you're gonna go out and buy a link cable, the issue with a lot of the aftermarket ones is so you've got the metal part that goes inside your Analogue Pocket. That's not long enough. You need it a little bit deeper, so you either have to trim a little bit of that cable. That's why I ended up getting the Analogue Pocket official cable. To be honest, I was fortunate because my friend that hooked me up. Oh, okay, so is there a way to pick levels on here then? Okay, level card. What's level card mean? Okay, so are these? I have no idea, right? Okay, let's go. And we're gonna get into a castle. Okay. Okay, I have no idea. Okay, so okay, Mike Jackson, Mike B. Jackson. This was for you, dude. I've got no idea what I'm doing on this. Do I go back out? Press start. I'll return to title screen. All right, let's run the game a bit just to see if there's anything different. So file new, Mario and Luigi. Okay, let's go Mario and Luigi mode. That sounds interesting. So have I got both of them, one shadowing the other, right? So let's, okay. Okay, this looks nice. Do you remember there was like a cheat where you went around behind that background? I can't remember how to do it, but it was one of the warps on this game. It was like a big cheat. Is this where you get you get the raccoon tail? Do I run and do it? I can't even remember. Like I said, this isn't one that I've played too much, so. Do the shoulders do anything? Okay. Okay, that's gone. All right, cool. That's decent. What else? Okay, cool. Right, so this is Michael B. Jackson. What he went. Let's bring up the post again. What's next? Okay, we're nearly at the end, so we can do some honorable mentions after. Okay, so I mostly use mine to play basic GB and GBA cores. Okay, I'd love to see a Mortal Kombat arcade core. I think I answered that one just by saying, yeah, let's get Mortal Kombat 1 done first. From what it seems like, it may not work on the Pocket because it's struggling to fit on the Mister. I really hope Promod gets something up with that. And been mostly chipping away at Golden Sun. Let's have a look at Golden Sun, right? Because you know what, guys? Golden Sun was just wicked. absolutely wicked. It was a great RPG. I remember my younger brother, like, he absolutely loved it. He was a big Final Fantasy guy. So, oh, we're on the GBA course, so let's go course settings. Let's go load cartridge. Yep. Golden Sun. No, Golden Sun 2 as well. Now which was Golden Sun: The Lost Age, the one directly below that. Now I don't remember too much. I don't remember too much about this game. I remember kind of playing it, starting it, but I never got into it on the Game Boy. You know, like on the Game Boy Advance, man, the 2 Metroid games are wicked. If you've not played those, play them. They're wicked. I think maybe Zero Mission is slightly better than the normal Metroid Fusion, but they're both really good, man. I mean, one of them where you've got like the Dark Samus or whatever it's called, you actually get scared, man. Like, you get scared the way it kind of hunts you and haunts you, and you're not strong enough to take it on, and you're hiding away from it, man. Like, what a game, man. What a game. I really want to complete those again, man. Like, they're really good. Both the Metroid games. I find the Analogue Pocket just a little bit uncomfortable. What I do on Open FPGA, and this might be what you guys want to do as well, I've actually moved L and R over to the face buttons where X and Y would be. And in some cases, it's a little bit more comfortable than reaching out for the buttons around the back. But it depends on what the button does, because, you know, in Metroid, if you want to kind of aim diagonally, run and do something, it may kind of halt the kind of movement that you're getting. But I really would like I know Analogue are bringing out, like, they brought out a lot of limited editions. Man, I just love like a redesign of it. The redesign of the original Game Boy Advance model, that nice, comfortable, horizontal fit. Like, I've been using the Ambernic handheld recently, and guys, when I say that is comfortable, that is comfortable. Like, it is so comfortable in my hands. I can play it for hours like no issues, you know. I know there's grips. The guys at, was it Power Up Grip, they're actually kind enough. They contacted me and said, look, you know, would you like to do a review of the unit? So I'll give the conditions that I'll do the review is, I'll do the review. You won't see it until it comes out on YouTube. If it's good or bad, it's gonna go out there, you know, my opinion's gonna go out there on there. And I always say, I've had like a few offers, and I say, look, if your item isn't that good, don't send it to me, because, you know, I'm not gonna lie about it. But yeah, they sent it to me, and it's a good thing. A bit expensive. Someone was saying that with duty and all the taxes and everything, it's costing them like close to like 95 pounds getting it delivered, which is expensive for a grip and a case. But you know, there's not a lot out there like that. Okay, cool, my way just got blocked by a boulder. But guys, this is a good game. If you want an RPG and you want to play something on a GBA, maybe Golden Sun and Golden Sun: The Lost Age is the games for you. Right, now let's do some honorable kind of mentions. So let's now have a look at, right, so let's go quit. Let's just go, we're going to have a look at the cores, and we're going to go all. Okay, so 1942 is something that came out recently. So that's a Hotego beta for the Analogue Pocket, something that was out a while for it. Adventure Vision, not something I've ever really checked out. So this was a core ASO Armored Scrum object. This is from Francisco Javier that kind of brought it over with some help from Boogerman as well. So big shout out to Marcus Jordan, Boogerman. Asteroids, who doesn't know Asteroids, right? Like a classic game. Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. All right, I've got to run this. This is one of the best arcade games like ever, man. Absolutely loved it. Played it a lot in the arcade, guys. Like, I played this, like, guys, when I say like I played this a lot, I played this a lot in the arcade, and I didn't even know all the attacks this thing had. Like, it's weird how the attacks are, right? So the attacks, you don't attack the conventional way. You kind of hold the button down, then kind of put in inputs, and they do different moves. And they're it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit unusual. But guys, this is a really good game. It's a really good game to play 2 players as well. I'm just going to have a look at some chat while it runs in a track mode. Wicked. Oh, nice. SNK have a consoleized MVS, HDMI and AVs with HDMI as well. The thing is, with the Pocket having it now, and more so the Mister, with, you know, the Mister's just more versatile, but the Analogue Pocket is getting there. So that's amazing to have. Colmar, being able to play virtual console versions without any issues is always awesome. They occasionally have bug fixes, but Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3 is great for having e-reader levels built in. That's absolutely fantastic. Now, like I said, I wasn't big on Super Mario Bros. 3. So like for the ROM hacks and the additional stuff that I love stuff for Super Mario World. So for Super Mario World, there's like Super Luigi World. Guys, that is such a good ROM hack. It is such a different game. And there's some really good ROM hacks being worked on. There's one where the guys put bosses from Metal Slug in there. There's another one where you got like a giant Koopa shell. So I'm following the developers over on Twitter, and I'm trying to I would like to check those out. They're absolutely fantastic. As well as that, there's the Mario Kart kind of deluxe with loads of characters, extra tracks. That looks wicked, man. I've reached out to the guys saying, look, I'm dying to do a video in it. Anytime you're ready to share it, man, just share it with me. I would love that. Okay, the Rumble patch for Analogue Pocket works on it too, which is wicked. All right, nice. I just realized if I pop on my mouse, I've got my mouse hidden, but you can see the comment that I'm kind of reading. Wicked. So Mario and Luigi is just the 2-player mode that NES had where you take turns. Oh right, okay, cool. Right, I didn't realize that. I thought there was a versus one on one of them as well. I remember playing it where you can play like a versus game against each other. It's like a single screen Mario Brothers game. What controller do you recommend using with a Pocket and its dock? Phil Keen. I think someone said 8-bit though. Hold duck standing on a white wall. Okay, cool, wicked, nice one for that little warp thing. Ninja Running Wild said 8-bit though are excellent. Now I have to agree with that, right? So when I first got 8-bit though controllers, I got like some NES one, but these were their Bluetooth ones, and I got like their early sticks, and guys, they were crap. I've traded all of them in now, but all of a sudden they started making really good controllers. Like I'm using the 8-bit though Ultimate USB-C controller, not the one that comes with a dock, like the cheaper version. I don't really want the dock, so it works fantastically well. You want to get the RF ones, but it works really well with the Analogue Pocket. It works really good with a PC. It's my go-to controller. I was going to buy some Boxing Day sales. They had Xbox Series X controllers for £35. But then I thought, you know what, if I need a controller, I'll just buy another 8-bit though one, because I'm moving my kids over to PC gaming, because, you know, I just don't want to pay PS Plus. I don't want to pay Xbox Game Pass. The Switch is the only thing that I'll pay. So that's the console they have, but they're all moving over to PC gaming. Right, let's give another honorable kind of mention. Let's go through some stuff. So let's go let's go open FPGA. We'll go all again. So we're on Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. Bat Rider. Okay, so these are Promods cores. I know people really like these, and it's awesome to have these shmups on here. So let's go on the first one. Is that Bat Rider? That is Promod. Yeah, it is Promods cores. Right. Awesome. Sorry, let me go back out. Okay, so yeah, manufacturer Promod, absolutely awesome. These are really good shmups. I know people like these ones a lot. It always gets mentioned a lot. It got mentioned on the Mr. video I did yesterday, the live stream, where people said, yeah, that they spent, you know, one of their most played cores, or their most played core for 2023 was like the Rising cores. So absolutely awesome. Colmar, I've been using a Swear Switch Pro controller on my dock. Weirdly enough, any button that wakes up the controller will turn on the Pocket. Okay, cool. I've got a Pro controller. I've given it to the kids. They use it. The only time I dock my Switch is if I want to do a video on it or stream it. Like for me, the Switch is a handheld. Like I like handheld gaming anyway. But a Pro controller's Bluetooth, I'd strongly recommend getting an RF controller. If you can't use wired, RF is the next best thing. I find it very convenient, and you get less latency as well. But like for example, for the N64, I used the NSO, the Nintendo Switch Online controller. I don't really feel the latency like in the 3D games. I feel latency in 2D games. Like if I'm playing this now, like the Bat Rider or Armed Police Bat Rider, the Rising core, if this has got latency on it, I'll feel it. But for 3D games on the N64, I'm alright with a Bluetooth one. The latency's at an acceptable level. And funnily enough, using that controller wired actually produces more input lag than using it via Bluetooth. So that's a big shout out to Mr. Addons, the sponsor of my Saturday show, because he does lag testing for controllers, and the results are available to the community. What else have we got here? Select X and Y game. Yeah, cool. Whatever works for you, man. Whatever. It's about comfort, right? And that's the biggest gripe I have with the Analogue Pocket. It's just not comfortable, man. Wicked Ninja Running Wild Fusion with the evil Samus clone. That's got to be the one, man. I remember being scared when playing that, man. It was very, very atmospheric, I have to say. Just started Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 6 on SNES Core recently, playing with patch that fixes some of the translation censorship and bugs. Really loving it so far. Never played the game. Never played the game before. I find I can't do turn-based games. I just find them really, really difficult to play now. Let's have a look at some other games. Let me load up another game and we'll talk, and I'll go through. Oops, error in the why. Okay. Oh, cool. All right. At least it didn't crash or anything there. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's go all. So we're on. Okay. But Black Tiger was another good game that came out this year. Yeah, that was a Capcom game. Used to play that in the arcade. Another great one for this year. So let's have a bit of Japanese text. I like the Japanese text. So this has funky kind of writing. Yeah, okay, what we got here? So Final Fantasy. Okay, cool. Okay, Philae, I'm bad. No, you're not, dude. You're very good at games. I've seen your streams. Phil Coe, I'm curious if the Switch SNES controller works with the Pocket. I have two sitting around. I have to give it a try. Do you know what, Phil? I don't have those. Funny enough, like I've been using the Reflex Adapt with SNES controllers on the Mister, and they just work really, really well. Just gonna turn that down a bit. They work really, really well. And speaking to Mr. Addons last in the interview, they said that the Reflex Adapt will support the Analogue Pocket. I should actually try it to see if it works, because even if working on, or they've already implemented it in an update or it's coming, but X input is going to be available, and the Analogue Pocket uses X input as well. So we should be able to get original controllers working on it via that way with a 1 millisecond of input lag. So that'll be interesting. But in regard to SNES controllers on the Analogue Pocket, I actually don't know. I mean, actually no, I haven't actually even tried pairing my N64 one on there. I've only used that on the Mister. It might be worth doing like a Google search or finding out, or maybe speaking to someone on one of the Discords to see if there's any information about that. But that would be interesting if they work on there, because it'd be a good way to play the SNES. The only thing is, I don't know how much latency those controllers have. For SNES games, I really do like the 8-bit though Ultimate USB-C one, because I like the 4 face buttons, you know, like PlayStation style, SNES style. It has that kind of layout, and the D-pad is pretty much identical to a SNES D-pad. It's very, very similar to it. Okay, SNK Kev says, you know me, I'm a hardware enthusiast. I love hardware, man. It's perfect to have hardware and software, but the software is pretty pricey. But soon enough, I will buy more software for all my consoles. Yep. Definitely software is expensive, especially for original hardware. I mean, prices have come down now. I was watching a video where they were going through how much a lot of the games that were valued at $1 million, or like, you know, $500,000, or, you know, 20,000, how much they've devalued. So that's kind of nice to see, you know, because the prices were really, really high. Shooters are hard to play. Yeah, man. Yeah, the shooters are very hard. You know, Philae, I can't do circular movements on the Analogue Pocket D-pad. I just can't do it. It's always a square movement. It's very hard to get those circular movements for shmups. Wired controllers are the best way to go. Yeah, SNK Kev, yeah, wired, wherever there's an option, wired. But I'm okay with the RF controllers that 8-bit they'll do. I think they're fantastic. And Ninja Running Wild, yep, prefer wired. I get that, man. I get that. Let's go. Let's now go and have a look at something else. Okay, so okay, let's go arcade. I do like the arcade stuff, and we've had good arcade stuff. So we've checked Bubble Bobble, Congo Bongo, love saying that name. Contra, Dig Dug. Someone mentioned Dig Dug earlier, I think. Well, let's have a quick look at Dig Dug. I don't know. It's not a game I'm too familiar with, but I remember someone mentioning it, saying it's one of the games that they've been playing. Another thing, okay, so when it comes to controls and the amount of options you got, and just overall kind of versatility, the Mister is better than the Analogue Pocket. However, there's one thing I've got to say for the Analogue Pocket that I do like, is like if I load something up for the first time, the controls the controls just work. They're always working. They're always set on every core already. I don't have to go and set it on there. So when I'm doing a Mr. Stream, there might be cores I haven't tried, or there might be cores I haven't tried on that micro SD card. And yeah, I may have to do the controls. So I end up checking the controls to make sure my controls are all set. They're all good. But on at least on at least on the Pocket, that's one thing that they have. Right. I've always loved how this game looks. It just looks fantastic. So do I go? Okay, I'll go middle there. What does it? Okay, so I dig. Okay, and then I harpoon these things. Yeah. Okay, that's my harpoon. Wicked. Okay, interesting, interesting. Does that rock fall down? Okay, that's got a Boulder Dash vibe. Okay, I can see why people like this game. I would have liked this back in the day. If I played this, if I played this when it was current as a kid, can I even get that little ghost dinosaur thing? Interesting. Can I go up here? No, I can't. Okay, that's the highest I can go. Oh, okay, interesting. Cool. All right, Dig Dug. Definitely a game that some people play and like, and I guess, you know, like I always say, it's about the nostalgia, guys. It's what you played in the arcade. That's what you're playing on FPGA consoles. But you want the most accurate version of it. So went over to Dig Dug, Dominoes. Okay, Donkey Kong, Double Dragon. That was decent. We had a look at that yesterday. Someone was mentioning that it was a little too fast after the latest update. Let's now go Double Dragon 2. It's not something that I know really well, but some awesome stuff from Hotego. Hotego's brought a lot of cores over, man, which I think is fantastic. Section Z arcade, okay, cool. I prefer wired. Retro flag make near identical SNES controller. Do you know what? Did I have a retro flag controller? I can't, oh, sorry. Okay, I had... No, I think it was retro bit maybe. I had this SNES controller. I had to return it. I don't know. The connection was really bad. But I've got a wired N64 controller, which is okay. Section Z, I think that's out, isn't it? We can check that out, Philly. Jump fire buttons, maybe wrong way. Yeah, no, they are. They're definitely. That's one thing that I generally do is when I go on core settings, controls, I have to. So look, jumps there and okay. Oh, left. Okay. Well, look. Left attack is on the right side. So let's move left attack to the left. And let's move right attack to the right. Okay. So I didn't realize Double Dragon 2 had the left and the right attack. Okay, are they gonna kidnap? Oh no, they just kill her this time. They don't even kidnap her. Wow. Okay, so they kidnap her in part 1. She got herself a new dress, and man, they just shoot her. And here they are on the garage door. Okay. Okay, interesting. So it had. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so it's got a left and right attack. Oh, wow, okay. You know, like Double Dragon, don't get me wrong, like I loved it when it came out, but the beat 'em ups that followed were just so much better. It's hard to go back and truly love these games the way like I would love, like, I don't know, Final Fight, Captain Commando, AVP, Sengoku, a whole bunch of games on the Neo Geo, a whole bunch of the Capcom games, Konami games like it's Night Slashers. No, that's not by Konami, is it? That's by, I can't remember who that's by now, to be honest. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of beat 'em ups that's just better. But it's still nice to have these. Don't get me wrong. I do like Double Dragon. I just think there's a lot of beat 'em ups. This is when beat 'em ups were. There was something, and then they evolved into something better, you know, until that 16-bit kind of era came, and yeah, they just got perfected, man. I mean, these were banging right in the arcade, absolutely fantastic. Right, let's go. We'll get to Section Z. We'll do Section Z. Let's have a look. Okay, so let's go open FPGA, arcade. Not Okay, here we go. Section Z. I'm not sure how much of this I've played, you know. I can't actually remember what this game looks like. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Philip. What I meant was about the controls on the Analogue Pocket is like if you start a game, like for example, if I'm doing a stream and I start a game, the controls just like the up, down, left, right are configured. Yeah, the fire and the jump are usually the wrong way around. I kind of done the Nintendo way, A, B, the kind of wrong way round. But that's usually the default. But like, for example, if I don't set the controls and I go straight in, I can still play it. Whereas on the Mister, when the first time you load up a core, if you haven't set any buttons, you can't control anything. You can't move up, down, you can't put a coin in, you can't do anything. But in the Analogue Pocket, you know, even though the jump and the fire button are the wrong way to how I like them, some people actually like it that way, believe it or not. But they're ready to go, and that's kind of like what I meant with that. So just to kind of clarify on that point. Okay, this game kind of looks interesting, and I'm not going to do the buttons on this. It's probably the first time I'm playing it. I'm all right. I'll get used to. Let's have a look. So I'm pressing the B button. B button's fire. Okay, that's changed direction. Okay, that will work. Okay, interesting. There's a game that reminds me of this that I used to play on the original Game Boy, and that was called Bureau Fighter, man. I really liked that game. I thought it was a good game if anyone played it. Okay, this isn't a bad little shooter. Yeah, I like that you've got a button to change direction. That's cool. Okay, you haven't got a button to. Oh, it can walk as well. Ah, that is so cool. I love it. We can walk as well in this stuff, man. The animation just looks wicked. All right, I want to do that a little bit more. Let's walk. He's got a little jetpack. What a little geezer, man. Not a bad game here, Philet. Ah, okay, cool. Right, let's get back out. So quit. Right, so let's go back to arcade and let's go back to Double Dragon and look at like some other stuff that most of it I imagine we got this year. Some of them, you know, we may have got at the end of 2022. So okay, so Double Dragon 2. Let's have a look at, okay, Ghosts and Goblins. I think Ghouls and Ghosts is like the better one. Okay, Haunted Castle. Okay, let's have a quick look at this. So this was the first game on the Konami core, right? Yeah, no, that game is fab. But you know what, man, this is like the worst Castlevania game out there, right? This is just terrible. I don't know what the different versions are, but let's just go with E, right? I don't know if this is the worst Castle. It's definitely one of the worst Castlevania games out there. Now for this one, I will have to change the button. So controls, yeah. So I want attack here and jump here. Or I don't mind it like this as well, like attack up here and jump down here. I can play either like that or the other way. So let's go attack here and let's go jump here. Guys, this is just seriously. This is just man, it's so bad. I mean, I'm glad we've got it, but man, it is just terrible, right? Soundtrack is banging though. Guys, if any of you aren't following like Hotego's Japanese account, I think it's Hotego JP at Hotego JP, right? It's really good because they kind of post up interesting facts about games. It's weird, on this credit system, the way you can even use extra energy. There's like a couple of little things you could do in this, which was very interesting, which I had no idea about. You've got like, you can control, you can continue like a maximum of 3 times, so you can't just brute force your way through this game. But it doesn't matter how much you like Castlevania, right? This game really isn't that great. I mean, one of the bosses is a haunted wall. So here we go. We're gonna fight a haunted wall now. So you can attack some of the pieces. Whoops. And it lasts quite long. And just when you think it's stopped, it hasn't. Right, okay, let's see what else is worth looking at. I mean, I'm glad this came out because this core opened the way for. Let's have a look at some other games as well. So they're all part of cores, right? So let's go open FPGA. Okay, let's go all, because you know what? One thing, arcade multi. So a lot of the Hotego cores are in here. Let's look at Konami Aliens, guys. This was a banger of a game, right? Aliens is absolutely fantastic. One of the best cores to come out this year. Just absolutely brilliant, man. Love this game. Loved it in the arcade. Just brings back like awesome memories, man. Remember that time where like, so now you can't smoke indoors, but obviously when this game came out, I wasn't a smoker or anything, but man, I started smoking when I was 16, and I think I gave up when I was like 30. Hold on. No, I gave up when I was like 34 or something. I've given up like maybe 12, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago now. But yeah, like the places were smoky, man, and like, you know, it was like dim lit everything. But man, Aliens is fantastic. Like this is one of the games I was waiting for, like for it to come out. Like when Hotego said he was doing like the Konami stuff, this is one of the games. And the other games that I'm looking forward to, I'm really looking forward to Parodius. I'm looking forward to X-Men as well, more so Parodius. I want the Parodius games, right? But X-Men's really good because I'll be able to do a live stream with my kids when that comes out. You know, they like getting involved sometimes, and that's the kind of like their involvement, and it's quite a lot of fun playing with them. And stuff like X-Men, they like the X-Men. You know, it's a beat 'em up. You can go through this. So might be doing like a 4-player one, if not like a 2-player one. So yeah, man, Aliens is wicked, guys. If you haven't played it, it's amazing. I don't know if this is still a beta core or not. I can't always keep up. It might even be available public. I honestly can't remember. But if it's not publicly available, you know, you've got two options. You can either join Hotego's Patreon, or you can wait, and then it will come out as a public release. They all do. So it's completely up to you how you go about it. You know, you decide what you guys want to spend your hard-earned money on and everything. But Aliens is definitely got to give this an honourable mention for the year, man. Yeah, Philly Parodius is wicked, man. And thanks for recommending one yesterday. In fact, you know what? While we're on Parodius, so we're going to do some arcade games. How much I'm going to have to be done by 10 because of the Christmas holidays and everything. The boys will be up late, but I'm not going to let them stay up till 12, man. It means they're going to sleep like half the day. They're only 7 and 9. So I might have to, a pro tip for parents out there, right? If you've got young kids and they want to stay up till midnight to like see the new year and everything, just put the clocks forward in the house, bang, tell them it's 12 o'clock at like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, job done, they go to bed, and then you can, you know, you can party like adults. Less than a price of a coffee. Yeah, I mean, I think the prices have gone up now. So I'm an old time member and I'm the lowest here, which was £2.50. So with VAT 20%, I pay £3 a month. However, I think the lowest here, if you join it now, is maybe £4.50 plus whatever tax is in your region on top of that. So it has gone up a little bit. But mind you, Philly, you make a good point because coffee's gone up as well. Now, I don't believe in buying coffee, right? I don't like. The only time I will go into a coffee shop and buy coffee is, let's say, for example, I'm meeting someone, I'm meeting a friend, and we're meeting in central London, wherever we're meeting, and we just need a venue to sit down and chat. Then I'll pay for a coffee and I'll buy a coffee. But I'm not actually buying the coffee. I'm buying the service to sit somewhere, and I don't want to go to a pub or anything. I'm teetotal. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I'm very boring. So I'm paying for the privilege of being able to sit somewhere with a table, maybe bring out a laptop, or, you know, or just to catch up and chat. But that's coffee. But I'd rather pay for, you know, that's an old school strategy. Yes, that's when I would pay for that coffee, because you know what, guys. Like, I have to say to myself, like, money isn't unlimited. I have to take, when I'm buying certain things, I have to take to myself, why am I buying this when I could buy something for my kids that they want? So I'll always kind of have that as a kind of priority. Philly, in case I forget in chat later, let's have a look at, I've got fast ROMs on here. We'll have a look at one of the later Parodius games, which, guys, on the SNES it is wicked, and the fast ROM version, it's got rid of the slowdown, so it makes it bloody difficult as well. Okay, let's go arcade multi. Right, another great call. Right up, guys, I'm a big fan of Hotego and I don't hide it. I love the guy's work. CPS2 is what got me into getting the Mister, and it's what got me into FPGA gaming. So, you know, the stuff on CPS1, the stuff on CPS2, fantastic. I'm not going to run Street Fighter, but let's run something. Oh, let's go Magic Sword Heroic Fantasy. We'll let that run for a bit. So we've got a good bunch of games, man. And when it comes to arcade games, I don't think any developer out there has released as many games as Hotego, as many arcade games as Hotego for the Analogue Pocket. When it comes to console cores, I think the guy that's released the most cores will be Adam Gastinu, right? He's the guy that ported over a whole bunch of cores, right? But when it comes to arcade stuff, man, Hotego's released the most. I'm glad that the Coin-Op collection are actually bringing stuff out. I've got part of the screen cut out at the bottom here. I don't know why. I'll have to mess about with my settings after. Let's have a look at them now. Is there a setting here for the screen? Why have I... No, flip screen. It's not flip screen. Okay. Okay, something I'll have to look into. Or maybe that's got... Oh, hold on. No, display mode. Right. Oh, is it frozen on me? Ah, yeah, but Analogue Pocket has frozen, guys. I am gonna quickly reboot it, and hopefully it'll come on. I don't know what it is, but sometimes with CPS1, it done that with Final Fight where it kind of flashed a bit, and it went a little bit funny. So hopefully it'll just come back on. I mean, the good thing is with FPGA devices, they don't really break, right? So CPS1, like, yeah, I've had I wouldn't say issues with it, but I had, like, the first time I tried it, Final Fight crashed for me. It just crashed. Hopefully my capture card has picked it up again, so that's decent. So let's go back, and because it crashed, I want to check it out again to see. I'll load a different game though, right? So we'll go CPS1 again, because CPS1, CPS2, CPS 1.5, guys, amazing arcade systems. So let's go Captain Commando. And all right, I won't go into display settings or anything, because remember, Analogue dropped OS 2.0, right? But it's up to developers to kind of implement some stuff to kind of, I don't know, to get some of the display filters working. If we're having any issues, Analogue have said there's stuff to be done on the developer side. So I know this is something Ortega will look at. Ortega is very professional, very good at what he does. So he will. This is something that will get done, guys. This game is banging, and you know what? Above that, it's just got such a great soundtrack. Absolutely love the soundtrack on this, and the characters in this are cool. If you don't know this game, but you played Marvel vs. Capcom, it's got Captain Commando in there. What's really cool is the other three characters in here, like Baby Commando, Ninja Commando, and is it Mummy Commando? They kind of pop out as special attacks in Marvel vs. Capcom. Like I said, if you watched the Mr. stream yesterday, I was praising Marvel vs. Capcom 1 as the best game because I really like the art direction. I like how the game looks, and in fact, that's what we'll do now. Let's go back out and let's load CPS2, because that's a big release. We'll go back to 1.5 after, because okay, I know even though 1.5 is in between, it came out after CPS2. CPS2 is public, guys. If you haven't got this, you need to get this now. I mean, look at the game. Right, let me just run through the games list. Look at the games list, right? That's me just holding down. It's going fairly fast, but there's a whole bunch of games. Now, you've got repeats of games. You've got all the different versions, the Hispanic version, USA, Europe, Japan. But man, that's a lot of games on there. And then you've got members of the community like Terminator 2 and Diashlock. I think it's Diashlock that brought over like the color hacks and everything, or the colorblind hack, so I can finally play Super Puzzle Fighter and everything. Guys, CPS2 on the Analogue Pocket is wicked. And if you've got the dock, right, use it with right, what's the version we want? Use the dock with the CRT filter. It just looks wicked. In fact, I'll put the CRT filter on CPS2. It just looks wicked, absolutely wicked. Right, so Marvel vs. Capcom. All right, okay. All right, let's put in the Euro version, right? Because I guess that's the one that I used to play when I used to go and grab my Chinese from Philly. I don't know if you know the place actually, because you know London fairly well. On Wardour Street, One Keys. It used to be really cheap. I don't know. I don't know if you know One Keys, but I used to get my dinner or lunch from there when I used to do a lot of club work and DJing work in central London. And then I used to go to an arcade opposite. I can't remember what it's called, but it's on the corner of the street, that kind of pedestrianised street that a lot of, like, it's the main one in Chinatown, where it's got like a whole bunch of restaurants there and everything, right? Like, well, guys, Marvel vs. Capcom, wicked game, like the first one. And the reason that I like it is I didn't like the 3D backgrounds in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I like the sprites and everything in there, but I always thought the backgrounds they didn't fit right with me. And it's the same for Capcom vs. SNK 2. Whereas Capcom vs. SNK 1 and Marvel vs. Capcom 1, it had the sprites and the backgrounds and everything. They just worked. They just looked good. Right, let me run a filter, right? So yeah, look how good that looks, man. Like, seriously. So let's go to, hopefully it won't crash it again, but at least we'll find out if it does. So mode settings, size, let's go integer plus, right? Because then it will fill up the screen. Guys, like, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing or how good it comes on YouTube, because as a general rule, I've kind of turned these off. But man, on my screen, they look really good. I have to say, Analogue have done a fantastic job. So they've only kind of given us one kind of, they've only given us the Trinitron screen filter, but man, is that a good one. Honestly, like if you've got the Analogue without a dock, right, it's not worth using any of the filters. It's just not used. It's not worth, at least in my opinion, it's not worth using like the scanline filters. They just don't work. They just don't look that great to me, guys. That's me. You might like them. Someone posted stuff on Twitter about adjusting stuff, moving it around. It didn't look that great to me. Oh, wicked nice one, SNK. But man, when I've got the dock, it looks wicked. Like honestly, like I can't stop praising it. It really does look that good. We don't have, it's definitely a case of quality over quantity with this, right? It looks wickedly well. Now, I would have never got the dock. Like when I got the Analogue Pocket, Mister's what I used to play on the TV. Analogue Pocket was just a handheld for me, and that's why my early videos I was always holding the unit. I still hold the unit because, like I said, my boss is cool. So sometimes if I need to do a video and my workload is done, I'll kind of sneak off somewhere. I've got like I've got the equipment at work. As long as I've taken my wife's old iPhone 6 in, I've got like a little mount and everything, and I'll start filming stuff on there. But I got the dock literally for the channel just to capture footage. Like imagine trying to do a stream, and this stream's been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes. But for 2 hours and 10 minutes, I'm holding the damn thing in my hand. I'm telling you now, like by the time I end a stream where I'm holding the Analogue Pocket and doing it, I'm just gonna get cramps and everything. But man, this looks really, really good. Let's run another game on this core, right? With this filter on, because I just think it looks fantastic. I don't really want to play a fighter. I don't like it on this 8-bit dough pad. I like my fighters on sticks, or at the very least, like at least the M30 pad. But you know, I use this 8-bit dough one because this 8-bit dough one just. Let's go AVP. Oh, okay, let's go Japan. I always like the Japanese writing. It just looks really, really cool. But yeah, the filters, man. I'm going to stop going on about them because, you know, but yeah, last time they look wicked. And let's see what it looks like on Analogue. Actually, I'm not going to stop because if they look really good, like I'm sure they're going to look good on AVP, I'm going to mention it again. And I'm going to play this one a little bit because AVP's a fantastic beat 'em up, man. Really, really good. It just looks wicked. This is what I mean about when I said Double Dragon. As much as I like Double Dragon, I liked it. It's not one of the ones, at least in my opinion, that has aged well. I know there's nostalgia attached to it. We like it. It's Double Dragon. You know, some could even call it the granddaddy of beat 'em ups or arcade beat 'em ups. But what came in the years to follow just completely outclassed it. And I prefer playing those ones. Like I play Double Dragon, I'll be like, okay, cool. But man, these ones just smash it. Yeah, man, it looks good. Wicked, Phil, nice one. Good to have a Trinitron's kid ninja running wild. Oh, I like highlighting the comments, you know, like there you can see what I'm reading. Wicked. Still on 2. You know what? I don't have a CRT, man. I don't even have space for a CRT. Okay, let's go one of the monsters. Let's go this Predator here, right? So man, there was a building at my work that was it had the building was going on for demolition. It had the Triniton, right? No, sorry, not Triniton. It had the PVM in there. And guys, this is how ignorant I am. I looked at the back. I didn't see a SCART port, and I was thinking, oh, I don't even know what this monitor is. It had some ports that I didn't understand. But this is before I kind of, you know, got heavily into Mr. Retro Gaming, and I understood it because I only knew CRTs as, you know, like the RF socket, a SCART socket, or, you know, what's that called? The yellow, white, and what's it called? I can't remember. Sorry, YRB, YBR, whatever. Sorry, you guys can cuss me for forgetting that. But you know the 3 leads. The composite, was it composite? No, composite was the 5 ones. I had a TV that had that, where it had 5 different leads, 2 for sound, 3 for. It had like the red, green, and blue RGB. There you go, RGB. Had the RGB split up, and then on the normal SCART, you just had one lead, didn't you? You had 2 for sound, and you had like the yellow one for the picture. That's all I knew. The PVM had like a different setting on the back, and I was like, okay, I don't know this. And that building went into demolition, and yeah, we couldn't get access to it again. But it had a PVM in there, man. I could have got that for free. Every time I think about that, I actually cringe. I think to myself, you know what, like, why didn't I grab it? But you know what, it's just one of those things I didn't know. You know, someone's junk is another man's gold. It's just, I never knew that was my gold. And the good thing about that was, it looked quite small as well, but it was quite long from the back. And even though I've got a small setup, I think I could have made it work. Even if it meant like a Jippo, adding like my monitor, my second monitor that I use for work, or like where I'm streaming now. I've got one with OBS, I've got one with YouTube stats and the chat on. I've got a third one that I'm actually playing the Mister on. I could have actually used that CRT on that setup, man. My wife might, I don't know, my wife might have killed me though. She might have said it looks really ugly in the bedroom. The corner I've got where I stream, I've actually done a good job of fitting everything in a compact space and making it look good. The only negative thing is some of the wires don't look so awesome. Right. Let's go to CPS 1.5 now. Again, a big achievement for this year. Absolutely fantastic. Right, okay, it's gonna have to be Cadillac and Dinosaurs, right? That's the biggest game, or at least what I consider the biggest game on here. Punisher's really good as well, but I think Cadillac versus, if you had to say, you know, one game to describe Cadillac and Dinosaurs, this system, it would have to be Cadillac and Dinosaurs. So let me just go into core settings, display mode settings, side. Oops. Okay, cool. So let's do that. Let's let the demo run. Let me have a look at chat again and. Okay, quite chill. Okay, time. Okay, good chance me whip out my Steam Deck. Yeah, wicked, man. That's good. You know, Philly, I feel like we're gonna meet one day. We'll have to arrange it, even if it's the arcade. There's an arcade in Manor House called Free Play City. Maybe I'll speak to you anyway. We'll do a community post and we can go there and play some games, man. You know, it'd be good to chill. So you should have asked for Tego if he was working on space. You know what? The scale of games will come, dude. Like, the guy's got a lot of projects he's working on, so it'll be there. Yes, definitely rude AF service. So you know Wonkies, right? They were really rude. They were known to be rude. So guys, if you're unfamiliar, there was a right. Why is it not running? Come on, running. Oh, here we go. Track mode. Good stuff. So Wonkies was a restaurant. It was very cheap. I mean, everything's gone expensive now, right? But it was very cheap. It was in central London, in Chinatown, and it was famous for having rude service. But it was like, we're talking like all the other restaurants out there, it was almost half the price, and the food was actually decent in there. You just needed to know what you wanted to try. But man, was their service rude in there. They were rude in there, but it was so cheap that you kind of just kept going there. Cheap and cheerful, I guess, though. Yep, definitely. Namco, if you're talking about Namco Wonder Park, I only went there a few times, but that was an awesome place. That was on Windmill Street. I still remember it. That was good, man. Wicked. I'm glad. Okay, I covered that one already. Looks amazing, bro. That is just wicked. Can make the image look a bit too dark. That's the only, okay. Yeah, they can make it a little bit dark, man, but I still love using them, man. I actually like, so when it comes to like RetroArch and stuff, I've got shaders and I've got like bezel combos that make it look battered, because sometimes when you were in the arcade, you played games where, well, the games they just looked battered, right? The screens were worn out and they were off, like part of like the top left corner was faded. So RetroArch and software emulation has got those shaders that make it look crap beyond belief, and I absolutely love it because it recreates that far from perfect experience that we had with screens sometimes. Because guys, let's face it, we didn't always have great screens. Sometimes you get in the arcade, there'd be issues with stuff. The main issues that we had with Street Fighter stuff was the controls, a button not working, you know, like dropping kind of inputs, so like the stick was just ropey. In order to get down like down back on the left to block, you really have to hold that stick in there. But it's nice to create those imperfections with shaders. Wicked. I have two Sony, yep, 27. Oh, what, in my bedroom, and 32. All my old consoles are hooked up. That is wicked. Okay, yeah, here we go. Ninja running well. This is what it says. You have kids. I have no kids. Okay, now that's cool, man. You know, you got no kids, you don't have the responsibility, but that's absolutely awesome, man. You know, that my kids are all gamers. They like, my boys, they smash Rocket League. My daughter, she smashes currently Apex Legends, and man, they're bloody good at games, man. My son keeps winning tournaments, like, so in Rocket League they have daily tournaments, like every 2 hours, right? I think definitely 6 and 8. So he does those tournaments. So he'll be doing the one at like 8 o'clock, and he wins quite a lot, decently as well. Yeah, Ninja Running Wild, man, all good, man. I mean, I've got my cousin down the road, man. He's not married. And like, he's always like, oh man, I need to get married. I'm like, dude, enjoy your single life while you have it, you know, like good times. Do you know? I think Wonky is still there. You know, I think it's still there. Last time I went, it was there, but it's been a while since I've kind of gone past there. Cost saving in exchange for abuse. Yeah, that's kind of it, man. But it's kind of famous. Like, you go in there, like let's say you go in a restaurant there. They used to have massive tables in there, right? So you're talking about like a table where going across, it's probably got like 15 people across like one table, and they just seat you anywhere. So if you go there, they'll just go there. You sit there. You sit there. And you're literally facing someone random who you've got no idea who they are, and they're just sitting there and eating. But it was quite an experience. I only ate there a couple of times. So I always used to get a takeaway because I worked in the area. I used to get order my takeaway, go in the arcade opposite, have a quick one-player game of Marvel vs. Capcom or Street Fighter Alpha 3 that they had there, and then go back, pick up my food, and go there. It was and go back to work. It was fun times. Chucking the plates on the table, yeah, man. Yeah, they used to slam that stuff down. Okay, do you know what looks amazing? Nintendo 64 on a Raspberry Pi 4B 8 gig. Yeah, man. Like, look, I like software emulation, man. It's just whenever I play FPGA stuff, especially arcade stuff or snappy stuff, I can feel the difference. But I still use software emulation, man. I use it nearly daily. Love it, man. Yeah, do you know what? Ninja Running Wild, it's important, and that's one thing. Right, before I go into the big long speech on that, let's see what our next kind of honourable. We're gonna go through a whole bunch of Hatego cores, so let's have a look at some other stuff. So yeah, dude, Ninja Running Wild, it's important. Like, for me, it's important to have family, right? Because you know what, when you grow old, you're gonna want someone to take care of you, someone to be there. Like, I still take care. Like, I still like. My father doesn't live with. You know, I don't have much contact with him. I see him like a couple of times a year. He lives out of the country, so when he comes over, I see him. Not bad vibes or anything, just different lifestyles. You know, he's got another wife out there. My mum and my father separated. My mother has dementia. She's currently staying with my younger brother abroad. She's coming back in February, but we share responsibility, right? So, hold on, Capcom Mitchell. Let's put on, is Pang in here? Pang's wicked, man. Got to give Pang that honourable mention. Wicked game. So, you know, like, if they didn't have parents, if they didn't have kids, they would be on their own. So, you know, like, my mum, she took really good care of us. We were brought up single parent for quite a lot of the time, and you know, she made sure that we didn't miss out on stuff. She tried her hardest to get stuff. You know, she bought me a Commodore 64 when I begged her to do it. It was absolutely amazing what she does. So now it's payback time. So we share responsibility for her. She'll stay with me when she's in the UK. She'll stay with me like 4 or 5 days a week sometimes, and then she'll stay with like my brother, she'll stay with my sister. So it's important for me, like, when I grow old, you know, I'm not going to be like, I'm growing older now. Like, I've become, I'm 2 hours 22 minutes older than I was when I started this stream. So it is nice to have people around, and it's nice to have that support system. So if you don't have kids or anything there, it's important to have, like, you know, good friends or people that, you know, that look out for you and genuinely care for you, have your interest at heart. So, you know, it's important, but I would never ever come down on anyone's decision for not getting married or, you know, not reproducing. I get it, that's other people's thing. Everyone has a right to their own thing, and I completely respect that, you know, each to their own. Like, I reached a certain stage in my life, and I was like, yeah, I need to, you know, I want to get married, and I got married, and then I was like, yeah, let's have some kids. And the kids are awesome, man. They're like mini versions of you, right? They're mini versions of you. They're mini versions of you. Like, my youngest kid, who's like, I hope he's not watching. Like, he's the most annoying, and he is a spitting image of me. So I imagine I was quite annoying when I was young as well. Okay, let's have a look. Filet waiting scolders to sit there. So true, so funny. Wicked. You're a good. Yeah, I try and be a decent son. I remember remember when we were playing Street Fighter before. Like, my mum, she was staying with me at that time, and we've got a bedroom for her. It's next to mine, and she kind of walked into the room and she was just randomly showing me like, look, I found this aeroplane. Do you think your boys will like it? And I kind of had to edit that part out of the stream because I thought I turned my mic off, but I didn't. So it kind of came through. But that's how it is, you know. Parents grow old, man. You got to be cool, right? Because look, your mother carried you for 9 months. You know, if any of yous that have had children out there, bruv, when you're there and the child is being born, you're there, you know, above everything else, you think to yourself, I am so glad I am not giving birth to another human that is inside your body and is coming out. How do you ever repay that, right? You know, they bring you up from when you're children, everything there. So for me, it's got to be good to your parents. Unfortunately, in the UK, the culture is, you know, you leave your parents behind and you got to do your own thing. I don't believe that, man. You know, my parents were there for me. It's nice to be back there for them. Would you play certain things? Okay, so Drew, when it comes to my kids, censorship it's quite, we're quite strict with stuff. For example, I was posting stuff saying my ISP has blocked romhackings.org. It hasn't. I've got a DNS. I've got my DNS that I've put in place blocks all adult content, all malware sites and everything, which means it's difficult because sometimes I want to go to a site which might get flagged up as dodgy but isn't. I've just got to go into it via VPN. But when it comes to gaming, I'm not going to let my boys play Grand Theft Auto because, you know, it influences them. You know, I'm not going to let them play that stuff, but, you know, they play stuff. They watch stuff like Mandalorian. They can watch some 12. Sometimes they can watch 15s, but it's something that I have to review because sometimes there might be some religious, some political tones in there that I may not necessarily want my kids to be exposed to. Look, one thing about kids are they're sponges. They soak information and they learn. Important advice to a parent, just make sure the information they're getting is sound. Oh, sorry. Would she not play? Oh, sorry, you're talking about, oh, your mum. Okay, would she not let you play? Oh, certain things are certain. No, you know what? My mum was, you know what? Back then, back in the 80s and the 90s, guys, it was different times, man. The parents were ignorant, right? So if we go back to the points of our kids, I know about gaming. So I try and keep an eye on what they're kind of exposed to. I banned them from stuff like Roblox because I saw my kids turn into digital crackheads. They just wanted everything Roblox. They wanted the currency, and I was like, no, I don't like where this is going. So I told them, I don't mind buying you a game, but we're not playing what I don't tell them. I don't use the word crackhead games for them, but I was like, we're not using these games that are forcing you for in-app purchases. You know, Rocket League is an exception. There are some decent ones out there, Rocket League, Brawlhalla, Apex Legend, that don't force you to make purchases. But yeah, when it came to like our parents back in the 80s and 90s, they didn't know anything, man. We were watching everything out there. We were watching all the 18 rated movies. We were doing a lot of naughty stuff, man. Stuff that I don't really want to say on stream, but they were just ignorant towards that. I mean, back then, parents saw video games as toys, right? That's what they saw. They thought it's just kids' cartoons, it's games. But they didn't realize they were getting more violent, they were getting more sexual. There was a lot of stuff in there. And even with movies, man, I mean, like, okay, when we look at like adult rated content, if a child wants access or a kid wants access to that, it's just the memory stick. It's just going on an electronic device and going to a certain URL. You got it. Man, when we were going through that age, we had to hide videotapes and magazines, man, and we had to get inventive with our hiding places. And I know all of you guys done it out there that are around my age. We had to hide that stuff, you know, from our parents. It was difficult. Now, yeah, you don't really have that. It's simply a click, you know, click, hide everything, goes there. But generally, you know, parents, like my mum was cool, man. The only thing was she obviously used to be worried when I used to be out late, so she had the number, right? There was a bowling alley I used to go to called Rowan's in Finsbury Park. Oh, guys, she had the number for that, and it was so embarrassing. If I never got home on time, she used to call that bowling alley and say, you know, my son is there, his name's Pixel. I'm not going to say my real name on stream. Actually, you know what, I'll say it. My name's Z. Z's there, his name is Z. She used to give my full name there, right? I'm out there with the guys, I'm out there with the girls. We're out there all of a sudden on the Tannoy system, and the guys over there, they used to have fun when they used to call me, right? So what they used to do is they used to go, Z, your mum's calling up, she needs you to go home, can you go home? And I used to get so embarrassed, man, like literally, I used to have to run out of there because, you know what, it was just one of those things where I was just super embarrassed, man. Yeah, I was just, oh man, like I just imagine that. I remember, and then back then, like everything was a bit loose. Like, so for example, like alcohol could be served to younger people. Like when we were in school and you had your 16th birthday, your 15th birthday, we used to buy a cake that said 18, and we used to have a pretend 18th birthday. And obviously where you got that in there, the place would serve you booze. Rules were kind of relaxed there. So we used to go to this bowling alley, but my mum had the number, man. She used to call it. So in the end, I had to duck out on time or just kind of face embarrassment. And you know, when you're a teenager, that kind of stuff super embarrasses you guys. You know, when you're there with your crew and all of a sudden you're out partying, you're out chilling, it had an arcade there, had bowling there, had a lot of stuff there. And all of a sudden the Thanos system kicks in, you're there with all people, and all of a sudden your name comes on and everyone's laughing at you, man. It was super embarrassing. I've got a bill. Okay, let me point the mouse on the comment, right? Okay, we had a TV decoder my grandfather built, so we got cable for free. I remember catching Terminator 1 when I was 8. Yeah, wow, I was so excited. My Terminator, my friend at school told me about it. I loved it. Yeah, you know what, SNK, Ninja Running Wild, yeah, that was awesome. I remember Terminator, we pulled out the eye, right? Remember that? Remember we pulled out the eye and it was like, ah! That was one of the scenes. Terminator 2 was wicked, man, as well. But yeah, our parents, they let us watch that stuff. Like, I remember watching RoboCop. Remember, like, my mum, she used to let me hang out with my older cousins, man. Like, I was like seven maybe, 8. And my cousins, they were like 18, 19. They were watching like the Evil Dead movies, man. I watched them all. I had nightmares for ages. They let me watch like Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street, I was older. I was like 11. And then my uncle was telling my mum, don't let like your son's watching Nightmare on Elm Street and all of that. Man, it was mad times. All right, let's go back. Year in review. Another great core, the Konami Splatterhouse core. Another great one. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of this game. I think it's okay. I know some people like it a lot. The hardware for this is really, really expensive. So it's awesome to get an FPGA implementation of this, right? Awesome. And more will likely follow in this core as well. Right, what's Drew saying? It wasn't the violent stuff. It was the accidentally turning into scary. Yeah, I made it was still. You know what? You know what messed me up here, right? Do you remember when we first got our mangas, right? Let me put another core as well, because how long? Oh, I've got a hard cut-off time, and that's 10 p.m. UK, which is 15 minutes. So let me quit this, and we'll just chat and go through some stuff. So, yep, open FPGA. My bad. Oh, okay, arcade multi. So, okay, so yeah, the System 16A. This is again monumental stuff on here. Gonna have to put on Shinobi, right? Because Shinobi is what describes great arcade times, right? So this is super. This is nuts, right? So when we were in school, someone got Fist of the North Star, right? Fist of the North Star, fantastic. One of the best. They're called mangas, not animes, right? The manga movies. Fist of the North Star, absolutely like super fantastic, guys, right? Absolutely loved it. So we all started getting into mangas. We started getting different ones. So we were in school, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, we're watching this stuff. And you know, in school, when someone got like a videotape or something, it went around the whole school. Everyone got it. It went to like your best friends first, and then it ended up going around. So, man, then we were checking out some other ones, right? And we had Arotsuki Doji, Legend of the Overfiend, man. I'm watching that as a kid. Man, there's some very inappropriate stuff in that. That is all I'll say. That definitely. And there you are. So you're as kids, you're getting messed up watching some crazy demon, I don't know, student and some weird stuff, man. I mean, you know, I was so disturbed by it that I watched part 2 as well. So, but yeah, that was mad. You know, like, I watched a little bit when I was older, and I was like, shit, man. This is the stuff that we watched. This is insane. One that I did like though, and that's a game. Did we check out? No, it was Ninja Combat. We checked the Ninja Scroll. Ninja Scroll was wicked. If you haven't seen Ninja Scroll, it's one of the best mangas out there, man. Absolutely wicked. I think they released like a remastered version of it recently. Let's have a look at the thing. Okay, reporting back. Oh, wicked, nice one, Phil. The Switch SNES NSO controller works with the Analogue Pocket using the wired for now, but Bluetooth recognize it as well. Wicked, man. Thank you for reporting back with that. I do like the controllers. I think there's a bit too much input lag there for me to go out and buy one. I don't even know if they're available. I managed to get an N64 one. That was decent. Wicked. That's so old school. Yeah, man, that is definitely old school. My school had some inappropriate stuff in the library in the 2000s. Okay, I thought in the 2000s they did clamp down a little bit, but that would be kind of old school as well. Right, let's have a look. What other cores? Oops. Let's exit this. And right, open FPGA and arcade multi. So 16B. Oh wow. Okay, this has to get an honorable mention, right? I don't really care for Arkanoid. I don't even really care for Mr. Tapel's Extermination, Kageki. You know what I do care for? Can anyone guess? Where is it? Is it right at the bottom? This one here, man. Wicked game. The New Zealand story. Absolutely love it. Like, the first level boss in this, fantastic, where you've got that whale swallowing you up, you know, the big seal, is it? A seal or a walrus kidnapping all your friends, you going in for the rescue. Wicked game. Absolutely wicked game, man. It gets quite challenging as well in the later levels. When it came out, I did a stream and it was quite tough. But this was great in the arcade, man. Right. Check and then... Yeah, no, you're quite right, Drew. Sorry, I've got a comment I'm reading highlighted. Let's move down to the next one. I remember going over to my friend's house who taped Commando on Betamax. Haha, Betamax. I've never seen one of those, right? I've never seen Betamax. I've seen the tapes for them, but I've never witnessed it. So from what I understand, Betamax was the better format. It was superior, but VHS was more widely adapted. And on that point is why I say, in 2024, when we get new FPGA consoles, it may not necessarily be the most technologically advanced one that will become possibly like the number one or the one that's more widely adapted. It might be just the one which is more widely adapted. Let's have a look. I remember going over. Okay, yeah, that was wicked, man. Commando was wicked. You know, don't mind my friend, he's just sleeping. Some wicked one-liners there. Yeah, Drew, New Zealand story is wicked, man. Absolutely wicked. Oh, how much time? 10 minutes left. Let's give this a quick blast. We got to turn it up a bit. You know what, guys? As well, the Amiga version is very good for this. Oh, okay, I've played this before because I've got the button set horizontal. I've actually played this version before. Yeah, wicked music. Look at the graffiti on the wall. Help me as well. I like the end of level music as well. I think that'll make like a good notification sound, you know. If you want a longish notification, I prefer my notification here, this sound here. Banging, absolutely banging. Right, okay. Let's kind of go through. I'm going to bring up the all list and let's just have a look at some other cores that would have come there. Okay, so, well, okay, Atari 7800. Maybe that's something I need to look into as well. Atari VCS. Okay, 2600. I don't know if I've got the games on there. I've never tried that. Bank Panic, Bat Ride. Okay, we've gone through a whole bunch of these. I can't remember what letter we got to before we started going over like to the Hatego cores. Okay, we've got Flappy Bird on there as well, which we got Game & Watch. Okay, Game & Watch, yeah, Game & Watch. We had a look at that earlier as well. Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, Game King, two different Genesis cores, Ghosts and Goblins, Green Beret, I think we got Green Beret 2 as well. Haunted Castle, we had a look at Intel Vision. A lot of stuff that I haven't actually tried, guys. Konami Aliens, yep, love it. Master System Megaduck, Mikey, Namco System 1, and then Neo Geo, NES. Okay, the NES core's fantastic. We didn't check a lot of stuff on that. But yeah, NES good. Odyssey, Outrun. Okay, Outrun's been fixed on that as well. Oh, PC Engine CD. We'll have a look at game on that, but I just want to flick through everything on this. Performan, a big shout out to Anton Gell, really nice guy. Okay, the PlayStation core, it doesn't work, but it does look kind of nice, right, when you see it on there. But I don't think I got anything to work beyond graphical glitches and everything on it when I did test it out. I've left it on there. It kind of looks cool. So we've got, okay, the Pokemon mini stuff, Puyan, Radar Scope. I think that's a Jimmy Stones one, isn't it? Let's have a look. Eric Lewis, okay, it's the Eric Lewis core. Okay, oh, Rastan is a great arcade game, man. Another one by Hotego as well. RoboCop, wow, RoboCop is a classic. That's a great one to have on here. Shaolin's Road. Kev, I'm really sorry, man, but I've got to do that Taekwondo on the SNES. Maybe we can do that in a second. Snow Brothers 2. Want Snow Brothers 1 to come out as well. That'll be fantastic. Obviously, the original Street Fighter Studio 2. So, man, we've got a whole bunch of calls on there. There's the Tamagotchi call if you want a little pet. The Final Round. Okay, I've got 2 versions of it. I don't know why. The Simpsons. That was a great release this year as well, right? The Simpsons. Absolutely fantastic. So Simpsons, yeah, that was a big release. I like these arcade games. We had like the Turtles as well. Slap Fight, yeah, Slap Fight. That was that an Anton Gale? I think that was an Anton Gale core as well, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Simpsons was wicked, man. 4-player version. Quick thing of margin there. Wicked. Yeah, banging, absolutely banging. This was okay, yeah, I've got the controls configured to a previous stream. Must have been playing on an arcade stick maybe. Right, okay, let's as we're running out of time, we're not gonna go hardcore into them, so let's quit this. Kind of remembering Turtles now as well. So wow, man, it's been a good year for Analogue Pocket, guys. It's been a very, very good year. A lot of stuff. So there's the Truxton 2 as well. So where's Turtles? Okay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I must have missed that. Gone straight past it. This is a banger of an arcade game. Really bad hit detection, guys. Right, the hit detection in this game it's really not that good. You've got other games on there as well, like Missing in Action, Green Beret 2, and Punk Shot, which is a basketball brawler game. So it's been an awesome year. This game's just fantastic, man.
Hang on, April.
Just the intro as well. Come on, are you guys not getting goosebumps, right? The Simpsons is still available. I think The Simpsons is still a Patreon core. I could be wrong. I mean, yeah. In regard to Turtles, I can't remember if that's public or if that's Patreon only. But you can grab Vertex core. Vertex core is public. Artego balanced the sound and fixed some of the glitches that were in there. But yeah, man, Turtles absolutely banging. Like, I love the soundtrack for this as well. If anyone's got the soundtrack of, you know, when or the sound, I can't find it. You know when you die in this Shell Shock, and it's a I can't do the sound with my mouth. But when you die, the sound when he's on the floor and the stuff spinning around his head, I really want that sound for a notification sound on my phone. I just can't find it anywhere. I guess I could rip it, but it's got too much other sound on there. And I've also got to give a big shout out to Andy D for the year for all the work he's kind of done with calls and adjusting stuff and quality of life improvements. And he actually, for the Mister, added CD quality sound to the Shredder's Re-Revenge Streets of Rage 2 ROM hack, which is fantastic. It won't work on the Analogue Pocket, unfortunately, but it does work on the Mister. Right, what else to look at, because we're running out of time. And there is some good stuff that happened this year. Who put the lights out? No, that's not the sound I want. I want the one, you know, when you die, and it's basically when you die, the sound, the sound that is heard when you die. It's a very, very cool sound. I'd love to have that on my phone. You know, I'd be like the coolest kid in town, right, with that. So was there anything else in here that I wanted to have a look at? So, okay, yeah, I wanted to have a look at Truxton 2, right? I don't think we've looked at anything from the Coin Up collection. So they've done Whoopee, which is a little bit of a raunchy game. But Truxton 2, guys, this is a superb shmup. And the Coin Up collection are working on bringing more stuff over. Who knows, maybe when I check my notifications, they've actually released Mr. Mr. Do, can't remember how it's said. But that's going to be, it looks like going to be the next release from them. And I hope they actually manage to get that out. You know, I know a track and team were working hard. I think it was a track and Darren on bringing that one out. So that would be good. Is there a service mode that the sound test on it? I'm not quite sure, man. Maybe that's something I need to look into. But if anyone's got more knowledge on that, guys, this is Truxton 2. This is banging, man. This is absolutely wicked. What a game! Fantastic shmup. And I think this is the first game they released as the Coin Up collection, which is a good title to have, like a fantastic shmup, one of the best ones out there, man. And to have this on the Analogue Pocket. Oh, that might be a bit too loud. Let me turn that down. Okay, cool. That's a little bit better. Right, okay. What's the time? Oh, it's nearly 10 o'clock. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it was loud. I have turned it down now. Well, I do realize all of a sudden, because I can hear it loud on my TV, it goes super loud. Right, so let's quit out of this. And what is something that really does? Okay, let's have a look at Open FPGA calls again, and we'll kind of have one to kind of round up on, and just something. What's a big achievement for this? I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. I don't think there's even, like, the stream's been going for 2 hours and 44 minutes. I don't think there's, you know, to go through everything, all the achievements of the year. It would likely take longer. All right, you know what we'll do? Oh, actually, let's go for that Taekwondo game that SNK Kev asked about, right? Maybe we can round up with that, the SNES core, because hey, you know what? SNES is awesome. Hopefully I can find it, right? So Taekwondo, how do you actually spell it? Was it T-A-E? Was it T-E-A? No, okay. Where's this Taekwondo game? Okay, sorry, sorry SNK Kev, I did look for that Taekwondo game, can't quite find it. So let's finish on maybe a GB Studio game, right? Something with that green screen. So tools, and I recommend like GB Studio stuff, man. I still love it to this day. Really hope I've got I think I've got Link's Awakening Redux on here. Oh, hold on, is that the DMG one? Oh no, that's the DX one. I haven't got the DMG one on here, man. I was really hoping I had that on here. Don't know why I didn't put that on there. Maybe because I thought I will play one of the other ones. All right, you know what? This kind of looks good. What's something that's gonna run a demo though? Let's go Super Mario Land. I think this runs into a demo. So, oh, is it Super Famicom? All right, let's quickly do that then. Let's finish on that. Okay, right, quit. So Open FPGA, let's go back into SNES. Okay, and so we need to go into the Japanese games, right? So, oops, no. Oh, okay, T here, right? Okay, so, here we go, Taekwondo, wicked. All right, cool, nice. Okay, Kev, nice one, mate. Wicked. All right, kind of gonna let this kind of run, and gonna kind of end it here, man. Got you know, the boys will be happy. They'll be happy to stay up later. They'll be like, yeah, we're good. We're gonna stay up later. But I think I need to start getting them ready for bed. Let's oh, do I need to? Okay, let's make it. Okay, now let me press the start button. You know, it'd be really awesome if this one actually lets you do a CPU versus CPU. Okay, let's see what this one does. Okay, so let's just go to the main mode. Let's go here. I wasn't sure if it's going to have a demo. Maybe I'll just run it and let the computer kick my ass while I kind of end this stream here, guys. Okay, interesting. Okay, all right, let's pick this guy. He's got like a little Ryu style headband, right? We got to pick him. Okay, looks like the All Valley Championship, right? Is that what we got here? I love the Karate Kid Netflix, man. I thought they've done a great job with that. Absolutely fantastic job, guys. Okay, come on. Let the fight start, man. There's a lot of text here for a fighting game, Kev. Okay, right, guys. I'm going to kind of end it here with this taekwondo. Okay, this isn't actually bad. Okay. It's definitely a sport. Oh, can I move up and down as well? No? Okay. All right, I'm going to have a quick go on this. And the last game, I'm just going to let something run so I can talk without playing. Okay, interesting. Why has it gone down a bit of a plane? This is interesting. No idea what I'm doing. But yeah, I can see this game being a lot of fun once you actually work out what you do. There's actually a sumo game on the Mega Drive, which is kind of fun as well. A bit difficult to play as well. But that was fun. I can't remember what it's called. Okay, cool. Let's go to tools. That's interesting though, Kev. Good selection there, man. Right, okay, so let's go to, oh no, it doesn't want a good demo. Right, something, let's go links awake. Now, do we want green screen? All right, you know what, let's do indecisive now. Oh, okay, oh no, they didn't have it for Street Fighter, right? So they've got Samurai Showdown. Let's go, maybe Super Mario Land, right, with the green screen. Wicked. Oh, wicked. Oh, down R and press up and down. Wicked. All right, so I want like the green screen on this. Here we go. That's a good screen, right? That's the best screen filter right there. But guys, right, everyone, thank you everyone that tuned in. Philae, SNK Kev, Drew, Cuckoo, Scandal UK, what is it, Dimitri, everyone else, guys. I'm really bad with names, but thank you, and I wish you guys all the best for 2024. It's been a great year for the Analogue Pocket in 2023. It really has. We got a whole bunch of arcade stuff, we got a whole bunch of computer cores. The Amiga Vision Mega AGS front end is absolutely fantastic. DMG forever, Kev. Yep, I see that. Haha, wicked. But yeah, it's been an amazing year, and 2024 is going to be good as well. I'll make sure I'll keep you guys posted. There is some, like I know of some interesting stuff coming out, but honestly, I can't share it at the moment. But there's some really good stuff, and even some exclusive stuff coming out for the Analogue Pocket on the Open FPGA side. So when I say exclusive, it's stuff that likely won't come out for the Mister, at least not straight away. It will come out for the Analogue Pocket, and then maybe later on it will come out for different FPGA platforms. So there is some good stuff happening. But that's really it, guys. Great year for the Analogue Pocket. Enjoy your devices. Use the new screen filters, they're fantastic. And yeah, thank you everyone for your support during 2023. It's been a blast. The channel's grown immensely. I hope it grows a lot more 2024, because as much as I like doing this stuff, I do like getting some of the YouTube bucks as well. And I'm hoping the YouTube bucks increase in 2024. The subscribers do, and I can bring you guys some more and better content. But that's really it, guys. Honestly, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Have a great 2024. You know, be good to your loved ones, be good to everyone wherever you can. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja.